All right, good morning. Are we on?
Nope. How about now?
All right, there we go. Good morning. I'd like to call the August 3rd, 2026 Jasper County Commissioners meeting to order. We're going to start with the pledge, and then we'll have a brief moment of silence. Thank you all for coming this morning, by the way. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. All right, we need to look at and approve our minutes from the July 6th meeting. Have you fellows had a chance to review? And if so, would one of you want to move and make a motion to approve or suggest any additions or corrections as noted?
I would move to approve the minutes from July.
Motion's been made by Craig to approve. Do I have a second?
Support.
Supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next up, we have the meeting minutes from the July 21st joint session with the county council. You've also had a chance to review those minutes. Do either of you have any additions or corrections, or if not, would you want to move and make the motion to approve for me to sign on behalf of the commissioners for those minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ryan makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those are approved. Start over if you would. All right, next up, we have the monthly payroll claim distributions. The check date of July 15th, 2026 of $552,790.46. For the July 30th date, $545,719.67. Payroll total, including the withholdings, is $1,098,510.13. You guys have had a chance to review that. Did you notice anything? And if not, would one of you want to move and make the motion to approve as presented?
I'll move to approve.
Support.
Craig makes the motion. Ryan supports. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those are approved. Okay, next up, we have a nice thick stack of monthly claims. $606,645.29. Highway of $1,043,558.82. Prepays $2,019,567.54. Health insurance $304,914.94. For a report total of $3,974,686.59. You guys have had a chance to review through that, as have I. Any additions or corrections as noted, or one of you want to move and make the motion to approve as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ryan makes the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Those are approved. And the new directive, disclosure of new related party interests. We usually just had to sign a disclosure statement or a conflict of interest statement every year. Now they just want us to have it as an agenda item every month. So do you guys have any questions or comments concerning that?
I have none.
Right?
None at this time.
Okay. In full disclosure, I did do a few small signs for the USA 250. Usually I sign a form every year regarding that, since I do have done small sign projects for the county for years, and I did do a few that came out of the USA 250 budget. Okay. Next up, public hearing on proposed extension of the infrastructure development zone.
Later at 9, right?
Yeah, I guess we're ahead of that, aren't we?
We're ahead.
Sorry. We'll hold that. Good point. And we'll go ahead to Sheriff Pat Williamson, Chief Brandon Napier. Good morning.
Thanks for having us. First on our agenda is we have one jail correctional that's left. She's now working in community corrections. And basically for a $3,000 raise, our salaries are not matching up again, and community corrections, we really need to get that worked out for our correctional and their correctional. But anyway, we need to hire a new one. So that's where we're at today.
Got somebody in mind already?
Yeah, we have several that have applied for the other correctional positions that we're looking at. So, we've had to replace two for the two that we have. One that's starting today as far as a new officer, and then we have one on the hiring list. So yeah, we have a few people in mind. So
Yeah, have you talked to I know for community corrections, they worked on that because they kept losing them to the jail and kind of ping ponging back and forth here. So
yeah. Yeah, and that's and of course we have a matrix and they don't. So and I don't blame them for wanting to go to a different office in the county, but really the county should get look at our hiring and our wage, especially with similar jobs. Of course, our people have a lot of training and a lot of they deal with a lot of tough situations in our jail and medical and the whole business. So we hate to lose a very experienced officer to a facility that doesn't have that kind of problem and things of that nature and requires all that training. So we really should get on these salary ordinances, and especially with jobs, at least be the same, so we're not dragging from each other. This is something I'm sure nobody's really saw coming or whatever, but this would be one that we need to do, and we'll address this with the council. So see if we can get that straightened out for next budget seasons.
okay. All right. Would one of you fellows want to move and make the motion to approve the sheriff to replace the jail staffing vacancy?
I'll move to approve the replacement.
Support.
Moved and motioned by Craig, supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Not all in favor as presented, say aye.
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 Thank you very much. And then my chief, Brandon Napier, has some statistics for you.
This is just in regards to the traffic detail that we've been doing up there around NIPSCO for the data center project coming in. In total, there's 167 events. Majority of those are all traffic stop related. We had internet issues this morning again. So I couldn't didn't have time to separate all the traffic stops in between a written warning or a citation. But I know that we've had at least 3 arrests stemming from these traffic stops. We've had a few road obstructions, which means there's like a semi block on the roadway or some other event. Then we had some traffic hazards when we had the storm Monday afternoon. We had that one storm that came through. Our traffic guys were up there. There were some trees and lines and stuff down that they went up and they assisted on. So other than that, that's where we're at. 167 events up there since July 1.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Brandon, do you want to go ahead and just promo your upcoming meeting in September as well while you're here?
Sure. Yep. September 2nd, we're going to host a community outreach for block cameras. This event is designed to educate the public on what flock actually is compared to what the all the rumors online or on the internet say that flock does and what they're used for. So I'm hoping this event's going to be very educational for everybody, and it's going to let them see some truth. So that's going to be September 2nd at the Jasper County Fairgrounds at the West Building. It's going to start at 6 p.m. and we're slated in at 7:30. I'll be there. We'll have a couple other detectives there from the Indiana State Police, the Rensselaer City Police Department. We're going to talk about some of the success stories that we've had with flock. And we're going to talk about our policies and how we use it and what it's there for. And then we're going to give some time for some question and answers afterwards.
Okay, so some Q&A so folks can
Yes.
ask directly then.
Yep,
Okay.
they could voice their concerns and we could help dispel some of these myths.
Have you had much response on what you put out so far?
Some, I've had some good. I've had a lot of negative, of course, but going through reading the negative stuff, a lot of it's just fear mongering. It's people that they just don't have the actual facts about what flock is used for. So,
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you taking the initiative to get this opportunity available for folks, and we'll continue to talk about it. How have you been advertising it so far?
now we posted it online on the Jasper County Sheriff's website,
Okay.
and really that's about it. And on Facebook.
Okay. I'd say, why don't you give the radio a call and talk to Russ Martin as part of his newsmakers thing? That way, that reaches a segment of folks that may not, catch it some other way. So I think that might be a good idea.
Sure. Yeah, I spoke to Russ. We've
Did
had
you?
a couple
Okay.
conversations, and a couple days leading up to the event, he and I are going to sit down for an interview and talk about what the event's going to be about. Probably a little more in depth than what we're talking today.
Okay.
Then we'll have another interview after the event to talk about how it went.
Okay.
So right now we're getting sheriffs from all over the state that are really interested in this because they're experiencing some of the same issues that we are. Southern tip of Jasper County, you got sheriffs that are going to be coming up and attending this event because they want to see how we put it on. And if they like our format, they're going to do similar things in their communities. So,
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Awesome. All right. Thank you very much.
all right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks again, Sheriff. Next up, Coroner Andy Boersma.
First off, I'd like to thank the commissioners for having a show at the service for the fallen officer that lost his battle to cancer from DeMott PD, and it was a former Jasper County Sheriff's deputy as well, Mr. Durrell Hale. So far, we've had 46 coroner's cases in the community so far this year. We've had some experience problems with our panic system up at the annex. We made contact with the counties with Arkham, and he came up and spent a good hour with us, and he saw things that we didn't see, and so he's putting a proposal to what he thinks we need to go, and we agreed with that. So he said he'd have that in a few weeks. Hopefully we'd have it by the September meeting to kind of show you guys what was going on and what we think needs to be fixed and what he thinks needs to be fixed and how he can get that back to us. And he's also made a comment about our infrastructure and things like that. So he's looked at all that, how our internet comes in and going to give us some ideas on how to make that connection back to the panic system here in the county. So
Okay.
basically that's about all it. We've got hopefully a meeting scheduled towards the end of the month on the facility, on the forensic facility. And it was nice to see the health department up at the annex for the back to school things that they need to get immunizations done. So they always use the annex for that.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
That was nice that they were there on Saturday. And they have another one coming up on the 29th from 9 to 2. They'll be back. So any questions for me?
I don't right now, but thank you again, for you and your staff for all your diligence and your care for folks in the aftermath of difficult times.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next up, TK Elevator Corporation. It's a request to address rising fuel costs. Basically, it looked to me like it was a request for an extra $100. And I think we pay them 800 a year. Is that, no, that's the clocks.
I think it was like $600, I thought,
For what the standard,
just for the inspection.
yeah, okay. Did you guys have any thoughts about that? Is that unreasonable, the request, or would you consider approving it?
Was this a one-time request, Diana? Do you know?
Let's see here. I can just read the short letter, or you've got it, I guess you can read it. Quarterly, so $100 a quarter.
$4 a year. Where do they come out of?
It's like Downers Grove, Illinois.
Okay, quarterly fuel supplement of $100.
Sharon.
What about the prosecutor?
And that's what yearly.
What do we got here? Okay. So we pay 309 a month. What's the 236.46?
Sure.
Oh, that's the sheriff's. Okay. So total of 500.
And then the $100 is quarterly for the rising fuel, and then they would send an addendum to the contract if you approve it.
That's not out of line.
I mean, that's fuel surcharge at this point.
This is what the prosecutors paid per year.
This is DC elevator. Kentucky, they're paying quite a bit more.
So there's quarter.
So 496 a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, would one of you fellas, excuse me, want to move and make the motion to approve it or no? Regarding this quarterly fuel surcharge for the TK Elevator Corporation, which does the courthouse and the sheriff's department.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Brian makes the motion to approve the $100 additional per quarter. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll support it.
Craig supports. Any further discussion? Being done, all in favor as presented, say aye.
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 That is approved. We do like our elevators to work, so. Back to her, and I'll give you the other one. We don't need this back, do you? That's a copy of the other. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, Clerk Kara Fishburn. Is Kara here in person or is she on Zoom? Oh, you talking to me? Oh, okay.
They don't out as often as they're supposed to, and that she thinks it's all ridiculous.
So they're not coming quarterly?
Would have been information to know.
Well, we should probably make sure that we get a phone number here off that,
Yeah.
and we'll give them a call. Okay. All right, let's make a note to do that. Actually, is Charlie the one who connects with them?
I would think so.
Okay. So let's make sure we talk with Charlie as our head custodian to make sure that he follows up with those guys, and if he doesn't get any satisfaction, to loop us in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
they could be there in the morning when we're not there too, you know?
True, they may not be there during your normal, that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying they probably connect with Charlie, so we need to follow up with that.
Yeah, just to make sure anyway.
Yes. Is Kara online?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, all right. Kara, whenever you're ready, go ahead and we're ready for you.
Can you hear me now?
Here she is.
We got you, Kara.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. It wouldn't let me unmute for some reason.
No, it's only through the computer, but we can hear you at the table.
Okay. Today I'm on the agenda for the vote centers,
Stick the
all
microphone in front of them.
locations, to get those certified by the commissioners. I have been in contact with all 10 and all 10 are ready to go for the November 3rd, election.
Okay, and looking here, were these the same as we had in the primary?
All 10 are the same, no changes.
So it's a little tough to hear you in the room, so I'm going to go ahead and read through these real quick, and then you can make any comments if need be. But vote center number 1 is Community Bible Church, 814 North Halleck Street, Demont. Vote center number 2 is American Reformed Church, 1021 South Halleck Street in Demont. Vote center number 3 is the Wheatfield Public Library, 350 South Boersma Street, Wheatfield. Number 4 is First Church, 5387 West State Road 10, Wheatfield. Number 5 is Walker Township Fire Station, 50 West, 900 North, Wheatfield. Vote center number 6 is Brushwood United Methodist at 5474 West 200 North, Rensselaer. Vote center number 7 is the Rensselaer Armory at 1417 East Grace Street, Rensselaer. Vote center number 8, Jasper County Fairgrounds, 2671 West Clark Street, Rensselaer. Vote center number 9 is Tri-County Bible Church, 5856 West 1050 South, Rensselaer. And then vote center number 10 is the Remington Library, 105 North Ohio Street in Remington.
That is correct.
Okay. So all you need for us is to move and motion and have a vote on these. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do any of you have any questions for Kara? If not, would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve the vote centers as presented and read from Clerk Kara Fishburn?
Make a motion to approve the vote centers.
Ryan makes the motion. Do we have a second? Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right, the vote centers are approved. Then it looks like you also have a request for a conference attendance. Would you want to elaborate a little bit?
Yes, that is our annual Clerk Fall Conference, and I am requesting for my election deputy and myself to attend.
Okay. Craig or Ryan, any comments or questions?
Just for my knowledge, what do you guys learn over there?
Anything from, of course, it's going to be hit hard on elections since we are getting close to the fall general election. Any kind of new legislation that's going to go into play, any kind of court things that, my office deals with, child support, any kind of traffic tickets, any kind of updates.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Well, Craig or Ryan, would one of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve the conference request as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the conference request.
Ryan makes the motion. Do we have a second? Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
That's approved. Kara, any other comments or points you'd like to make this morning?
Nope, I don't think so. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
If that makes any difference.
No.
Well, I unplugged and replugged in the audio cord, but I don't know. We haven't had anybody speak since I did that. Next up, we have Kyndra Hearod here for Jasper County Animal Control. Good morning.
She's got about 4 minutes.
I just wanted to talk to you guys because we have Rachel with her farm market and she will be leaving us. She's thinking like in 4 months or so. But I've been thinking with the animal shelter assistant position that she's in, I only have one assistant and then one officer. I would like to just have 2 officers. I brought their job descriptions and the only difference between their job description is the on-call. So currently for on-call, the girls are allotted like 2,883 hours a year that they're allowed to work. The on-call goes against them. So they don't get any additional hours for being called out. So if I only have one officer, all the call outs that she does, she has to remove those somewhere in the year. Otherwise, she doesn't get paid at the end. We'll run out of money. And then I get comp time for them. So I would just like to split it between 3 of us as opposed to just me and one other person for the same pay.
You seen my question.
Mhm.
You seen it coming.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I already have a senior officer, so there's no reason to increase the pay. They already make fair enough money for the job.
Okay. It seems like a reasonable.
Yeah.
And then we're knocking down the comp time on me and spreading out those call outs between 2 people instead of one person getting penalized for call outs at the end of the year.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you've heard that request, making that adjustment to the staffing. Would one of you guys want to move and make the Kyndra's request?
I moved to approve the request.
Okay. Support. Craig makes the motion. Ryan supports. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. Did you get my email regarding the overflow at the shelter? How I don't want the public using it?
Yes.
Are we okay with that? Are we okay with going forward and sending that to dispatch?
Yeah. So that was an email that came 2-3 weeks ago. I'm fine with that. I understand the reason behind it.
Yep.
You're pretty thorough in your description there. I think it's justifiable not to let that happen.
All right. And then I do want to thank you guys. Anytime I have any questions or anything, everybody's been super responsive and really helpful. Really appreciate that as I'm learning this position.
In regards to that policy change, is that something that you guys you're going to move and work through your animal control board to make a recommendation to us?
They are already aware that this is what I've been wanting to do because we've had mean dogs in there before that's almost got us. When
Okay.
we go to open that rolling door, because you don't expect it and they're at your legs when you go to open the door. So they're already aware of it and we started locking it to keep the public out.
Okay.
But whenever Ryan sent over that protocol, I was like, oh, we don't want the public in there because if they get bit, who's getting sued? We are.
Yeah.
Because it's on our property.
Go ahead, Amy. You have consensus for us to support that.
Okay.
Go ahead and have that as an agenda item on your next board meeting and just pass it from your animal control board. And then you can also then formally recommend that to us, then we'll move on it
All right.
officially. So does that make sense?
Yeah. If anything needs to be done with
Yeah.
Beaver, he can do it then.
That way everybody's,
Yeah.
it also puts it out there in another meeting to make sure that the notice and the change is
Okay.
being out there. So,
That's what
Yep.
we'll do then. Thank you guys.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyndra. Appreciate it. Nice job.
Up here soon.
9:00.
9:00. Okay, now we have a public hearing regarding the extension of infrastructure development zone. And this years ago, previous commissioners worked with REMC to support their fiber build out in the county by giving them a tax exemption. And REMC has requested an extension of that. Is Matt here or anyone from REMC? Wasn't sure. Okay, we had talked about it last month, so and we appreciate the build out that REMC is doing to provide to the rural areas in our county as far as broadband. And I think they do a great job. They also care about the local concerns. They're a local company. And so this is an ordinance that would approve the extension of that agreement that's been in place for the last 5 years or so. I will read I'll just read the section 1 findings. The Board of Commissioners, having conducted a public hearing duly, notice makes the following findings. The Federal Communications Commission has defined broadband performance tiers, including above baseline, which features broadband speeds of at least 100 megabits per second downstream and 20 megabits per second upstream, and a monthly usage allowance of at least 2 terabytes. Number 2, the facilities and technologies to provide above baseline broadband service and advanced services is eligible infrastructure pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.5-1. Adequate, point 3, adequate above baseline broadband service or advanced services are not available in portions of the unincorporated geographic area of Jasper County, Indiana, depicted in Exhibit A that was attached. Providing a personal point number 4, providing a personal property tax exemption to the quote person, meaning a firm, association, cooperative, corporation, limited liability company, business trust, partnership, or limited liability partnership for investing in facilities and technologies used in the deployment of above baseline broadband service or advanced services in the broadband infrastructure. Development zone will provide A, opportunities for increased availability of broadband service and advanced services, and B, economic development benefits in the economic development zone. And number 5, this was previous, and we'll have public comment here shortly. No evidence was presented that would show inadequate gas, water, or wastewater utilities. Is Attorney Beaver on? Can you see? And Attorney Beaver had to be out today for family related health reasons. So we appreciate his consideration getting this drawn up. At this time, we would entertain any public comment during this public hearing concerning this ordinance. Is there anyone who'd like to speak on the topic? All right, being none, we'll close the public hearing. Any comments from the commissioners?
There was a question that arose around this, with it being an extension of the agreement. If this was to extend all tax abatement on it, it is not. There is some of the work that has been done that is falling off, which will hit tax rolls. This is all new future installation of new equipment and new services. So it has no bearing on what comes off comes off of the abatement and goes on the tax rolls.
Trying to encourage them to continue their build out, and because of the Indiana BEAD program, which essentially they had auctions for companies to come in and start putting fiber down all over the place. You've got places where fiber on top of fiber, and then places that are missed. So I know I really appreciate the local attention that REMC has provided, and they created their own division to cover this. They also provide some wireless services to areas that aren't reached with physical fiber yet. So, all right, well, there was no comment considering it. So would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve the ordinance 8-3-2026? Okay, Eric, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Any comments, or did I miss anything concerning this ordinance?
You handled it well. That's quite a bit of a mouthful to read those findings. I did a little bit of work 5 years ago in pulling federal definitions into the ordinance, and I think that anybody who's lived in Jasper County over this period has well aware of the efforts of REMC in bringing broadband to the unincorporated areas of the county, and that will be continuing with the Board of the Commissioners and allowing them for exempting their infrastructure.
Okay, and then do we just leave this ordinance labeled as 08-03-2026, or do we need to put an A behind that?
I'd say that's an A if there are other ordinances coming along, which may be on the rezones or something along those lines.
Okay. All right, you've heard Attorney Beaver's comments. Would one of you fellows want to move and make the motion to approve the ordinance as drafted?
I move to approve the ordinance as drafted.
Craig makes the motion. Do we have a second? Support. Supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that's approved. I think this was attached to it. So. Okay. All right, Jack. Engineer Jack Haberlin, we'd like to talk about the authorization to advertise for bids for Jasper County Bridges number 4, number 68, and 261. Sir, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Phil, is Jake coming? Okay. Did you want to speak on this or not? Yeah, we don't have any posted bridges, so we try to keep up on this. In the last group that we have, these 3 bridges do need some maintenance on their deck and that. So we thought we could just put all 3 of them together, and we've did that, and now we're to the point where we could advertise and go to bid for these projects.
Okay. Morning, Phil. How you doing?
Morning. I'm
good
good.
to see you.
Are you good?
So in going through the details, also just remind us and remind the public where, if you know where the locations of these bridges are approximately. So
I do not.
Jack, you know.
I apologize. I know what we're doing and.
Okay.
I do know they're in Jasper.
They're in
County.
Jasper County. Yeah.
That's a good start, Jack.
Appreciate knowing that. Yeah. Okay.
I know.
That's fine. Go ahead, Phil.
Essentially, it's just some painting. It's overlaying the bridge deck, some maintenance on some walls there, and then transitions to get the pavement to match the new elevation of the superstructure once the overlay is.
So what kind of overlay is that then?
I'd have to look at the design.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
I'm
didn't
filling in for Jake today. So
okay.
he's,
All right.
yeah, they've been designed and the plans are ready, and we're proposing to have the bids due on September 10th at this point.
September 10th. Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else we need to know?
Yeah, I'd like to say something just as comments. So even Craig had some concerns. We all have concerns. So as we're working on these 3 bridges, the next project we would move into would be Bridge 88.
Bridge 88.
At
Yeah.
1,000. And it's going to take a little longer to get the paperwork together to go to bid for that. That's why we'd like to move with this. But then as we look at what's in Aquifer Bridge, that would going to really take up these 3 bridge projects. And we really want to move on 88 because of safety, 1,000. Is there any way we could move on 88 and take the money from the Amazon money to pay for it, or B, borrow the money from Amazon, do Bridge 88 now, and then as the Aquifer Bridge builds back up, we could pay that back. And maybe not the Amazon money, but if we want to move with Bridge 88 right now, we need to get a little funding because the Aquifer Bridge, it will be down. We talked about maybe raising the rate at Aquifer Bridge because
back in the day what were the funds that we shifted the rate between Aquifer Bridge and what else did we?
I think they usually moved it back to general fund. Aquifer Bridge, or they needed more in general fund. For years they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Steve had investigated that. Steve Jordan may have an idea of where it went to and where it could come back from.
Yeah. Okay,
And,
Well-
and I think that Bridge A, as these three projects add up to 300,000, 100 something, or, like a million something. Bridge 88 probably a little bit more than that because it's a complete bridge between, straighten the ditch out, everything.
is Bridge 88, or what, remind me of our timeline on that? Are we looking next year?
Yes, hydraulics are being designed right now. So we've got the road layout done. So the intersection, we know what that looks like. We've given it to the bridge design folks and they're sizing the box culvert and getting the hydraulics done. So once all that is done and they have their plans for that, then we can apply for the DNR permit, and that's 9 to 12 months to
Okay,
get it. So it's probably this
So-
time next year.
so we've got some time
best case
to
scenario.
decide how we're going to fund that, but it does need done. That is, anyone who's driven down County Road 1,000 with anything more than a passenger vehicle or a pickup, it is kind of a hitch. And probably not the safest layout the way it currently is, especially with farm equipment and so forth. So,
It was built that way because years ago, we didn't have funding in bridges. So they had to be as economically conservative as they could be. So the most economical bridge to build is the shortest bridge, and the shortest bridge is 90 degrees to the ditch. That's why it's
sure,
with the road.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, well, let's need a motion to approve to authorize to advertise for these bids. Would one of you gentlemen want to move and make that
I have
motion?
one question.
Sure.
Before we vote. Are these bids, is this going to be work done in 26 or work
Yes.
done in 27? Okay. So
Yep.
it will be done yet this fall.
That's the intent. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm good.
But the numbers are good for this year is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, and to underscore the point Jack has made several times, we do have an excellent bridge inventory in our county with nothing in an extreme unkept condition.
I've traveled a lot of rural counties in this state, hauling livestock and things like that. And there's one thing, people may disagree with me, but we have some spectacular bridges when you're hauling semi-loads of ag commodities down rural infrastructure. There's some one-lane bridges in Newton County, White County. Their surrounding counties do not have the infrastructure we have. So it's humbling to continue to take care of what we do have.
Absolutely. Thank you for the comments. All right, who would like to move and make the motion to approve the authorization to advertise for these bids?
I'll make a motion to approve for the advertising.
Okay, Ryan makes the motion. Do we have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
And then along with that, we need to have the conversation then with the council to help us figure out. Jack, if you would work on getting us, kind of good estimates that we're trying to know. And, I realize the bid will give us the actual number, but if we get a good estimate of what we're looking at for Bridge 88, then, and what we're going to need after this fund
We
is
can do that.
depleted to pay for these projects.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Phil and Jake will have that
Right.
for us, but ongoing conversation and good things to be taken care of.
Vince, that still falls in timeline with you on cleaning of the Zimmer ditch too, right?
We'd like to do that this season, discuss that. But they don't want to wait.
Yeah, I understand, but okay.
I don't think there'll be that much, there won't be much to do with the construction around this bridge, so.
There's reconstruction of the ditch there. It's going to change the channel quite a bit.
Just for a couple of.
Yeah.
But clean the ditch, to clean the 9 miles of ditch, I think, might be something that we want to look into to relieve some of the landowners that carry that.
There's an opportunity to get started.
Get started, and then we'll have those minor adjustments with the bridge project.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to discuss that.
All right.
Thanks.
Sounds good. Next up, something we've been anticipating for quite a while now, be the bestseller in Jasper County, the Peerless Midwest Jasper County Aquifer Study Results. Who do we have here from Peerless? There we go. Nice to have you this morning.
Thank you. My name is Megan Flagg. I am the hydrogeologist at Peerless Midwest, or one of them. So we were hired by the Economic Development Commission to do a study on the groundwater supply in the county. So we kind of go through and do a search of what the geology is. So, and then we look at what aquifers are present and whatnot. And then once we have an idea of what aquifers are present, then we look at what the water usage is currently from those aquifers. And then how much is getting recharged, so you kind of have an idea of the water budget per se for those aquifers. The advantage of this is once you know where your water is, you know where maybe some future industries will be coming in and where they would be targeting if they do need a water supply. So did everybody get a chance to review the report at all, or what do you have any questions for me?
We all did, and it was a lot.
Drinking from a fire hose.
It was a lot of high level information. So I think
Yeah.
the request to have you all here today was to kind of break that down and kind of look at the county by sections, by thirds, however you want to look at it, but kind of break that down on just a brief synopsis of
So,
what that
yeah, give us-
technology report
I suppose
shows.
give us
Yeah.
some highlights and this,
Okay.
and then this report will be made available for public viewing on our
Correct.
website or wherever we need to do that. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah.
Okay, so if I'm breaking the county down, you have the northern part of the county is the Kankakee Aquifer, so that's an unconsolidated aquifer. So those unconsolidated material are sands, gravels, clays, things like that that you can dig down and it's movable. Then you have the bedrock aquifers, which are the confined. So I'll get to that in a minute. But essentially, I'm just gonna look at this map over here, but basically, is it Kinnear? Is that how you?
Keener.
Keener, Wheatfield and Kankakee. Those are the main townships that have the Kankakee Aquifer system. So that's a shallow aquifer system. It's about 50 feet down, maybe a little deeper in some areas, but that's a sand and gravel unconfined. So that means if anything contaminates the soil up top, it can maybe reach down and get into the aquifer system. But that is the area, the northern part of the county for the unconsolidated aquifer system. So it's the Kankakee. So that's where the majority of your high capacity wells, so anything over 70 gallons a minute is considered a high capacity well. Those wells get registered with the DNR through the state, and they have to submit their monthly and annual usage. So that's something that I used then to look at how much water is actually being withdrawn. They have a rated capacity, and then they also have what they just withdraw. The majority of the wells in the whole county are irrigation wells. There's a few public supply wells, but it is mainly a rural county. So you have residential wells and the irrigation wells. Residential wells usually don't produce that much water. They probably have 5 to 15 gallon a minute pumps in there to just fill a little tank. So I don't really account for those too much because they're not a big a draw out of the water from the aquifer.
And when we talked previously, and as we go through each of these sections, could you then remind us of what's our total estimated capacity?
Yeah.
On that unconsolidated area, and then what's the use that you calculated that we're doing compared to that?
Let me flip to that page, that way I have it. Okay, so the Kankakee aquifer system, that one has a daily recharge of 107 million gallons per day.
So daily recharge of 107 million gallons a day throughout that northern unconsolidated area.
Yes. So that is water that is getting recharged directly per day and just in your county.
Okay.
So obviously the aquifer extends past the county lines.
Sure.
So there is probably more recharge coming in. It just depends on what's being used in the other counties and whatnot.
Okay. And what's our current usage?
Current usage, let's see, 16 million is the total usage currently. 10 million of that, almost 11 million, is for irrigation wells. So those only operate for 3 to 5 months. So most of the time, not a lot of water.
Not a lot of water. Okay. All right.
Getting taken out.
So during prime irrigation season, we're pushing the max use there of 16 million.
Yes.
Compared to the total daily recharge of 107 million, and 10 of that 16 is agricultural.
Yes.
And ag is our top producing industry,
Yes.
so that makes sense.
So,
Okay.
and then I broke it down into, percent usage. So only 14.9% is getting used out of the Kankakee Aquifer system. The only downside with the Kankakee Aquifer system is the shallowness of it. I know we, recently have put in some other wells, up there, and 300 gallons a minute is maybe max when you get closer to the northern part of the county. But as you go further south, it might have a deeper aquifer system, and you can maybe, I know some of the wells can get up to 900 gallons a minute
Wow.
out of there. So,
Okay.
and then as you move south through the county, you'll have various aquifer systems that don't produce a lot for the unconsolidated.
So when we're looking at this map, you're looking at Union, Walker,
Yes.
Gillum, Berkeley, Newton, Marion, and Grove.
Yes, in that area, let me get to that page. In that page, so it's actually, I would say half Union, half Walker, so the southern halves of those. So
Okay.
the northern halves are still in the Kankakee Aquifer system. And then you have the Iroquois moraine. So moraine is usually deposits of a lot of various materials. So there's clays, sand and gravels. These deposits aren't thick for the sand and gravel, which is what the aquifer system that you're looking for. So clays, you can't get a lot of water out of, but sand and gravel you can. But the thickness of those vary across the board because it is moraine. It's basically the glaciers came and just dumped a whole bunch of material, and it's undifferentiated. So there's not nice pockets of it, or they're not interconnected pockets. So, typically there's not a lot of high capacity wells in there that are completed in that aquifer. It's mainly just residential wells. And then that's the case as you move further south, where you get into the Iroquois Basin. And then there's a couple subsystems. So those ones, they just don't have a lot of, there's not a lot of high capacity wells, and there's just not an extensive amount of sand and gravel to collect a lot of water. So any businesses or industries that are coming in, they're probably going to focus in on the northern part of the county because of the Kankakee Aquifer system. If they do want water, that is higher than, usually a high capacity well wants at least 500 gallons a minute, maybe even more. That's when they're going to have to go to the bedrock aquifer system. So beneath the Kankakee Aquifer, the unconsolidated aquifer system is shale, is the first bedrock layer that's encountered. And then beneath that is a limestone. And then as you move the central part and towards the southern part of the county, that limestone becomes the top bedrock formation. And that is a very productive bedrock zone. We've personally put in some wells that can produce up to 1,100 gallons a minute. So it's significantly more than the Kankakee. But it is a little tricky sometimes with bedrock wells because you want to look for fractures and where the rock is broken, because that's where the easiest path for water to move through it.
But typically that water is harder and sulfur and has some of those issues that
Yes,
go with it.
it can be. You can have a hydrogen sulfide, so you got that rotten egg kind of smell. There is ways to treat that water, and we've worked with other communities. I know we've worked with the St. John over in Lake County. We've worked with them on that, but they take advantage of that aquifer system.
How deep are the typical bedrock limestone wells to get good capacity?
Well, as you move further south through the county, that bedrock aquifer is a lot shallower, so there's not a thick unconsolidated that's overlying it. So it can be anywhere from 5 to probably 50 feet. Let me look at that page because I have it here. I know I have it.
There's a lot of pages to that report, so I understand.
So yeah, I'm a scientist, so I like to lay it all out and whatnot. Let's see. So I have that, it can be 10 feet down to 800 feet down. So it can be pretty deep. It depends on if there's a buried valley. So, before the glaciers moved through, that bedrock was eroded away. And so there could be some buried valleys where you have a deeper or thicker unconsolidated. As the glaciers move through, they filled in that valley. But typically they are completed about 20 to 150 feet. So 20, probably not going to get a lot out of that one. I don't know.
Unless you're extremely lucky. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But 150, so usually the upper 100 feet of the bedrock aquifer is where it's fractured the most. So that's because before the glaciers moved through, that area was exposed to the surface. So there's weathering and just the movement of the earth and everything that you get fractures. And it mainly happens in that upper part. So typically you can drill down and I will use an example. We just put a well in and we went 400 feet, but then I videoed, so you can put a camera down there. And after you get to a certain point, the water becomes kind of cloudy and you don't see as many fractures. So that's something that is also helpful, that we can do. So I know I kind of skipped over the Kankakee when I was talking about the groundwater use and availability. The recharge is not a lot for all the other aquifers. Like I said, they're not very extensive and whatnot. So they probably add all up to about getting recharged at 50 million gallons a day. But you don't use that much out of those because they're just not,
Okay.
it's not readily available. But for the limestone aquifer, so in my report, I call it the carbonates because that's limestone. That recharge now, because of the overlying unconsolidated material, so that sands and gravels and clays, the recharge doesn't make its way down there as fast as what it does in the Kankakee aquifer system. So that recharge is about 30 million gallons a day. And right now, the total usage out of that is 14, and half of that is irrigation. So, but that usage is at 47%.
What do you see other counties or municipalities try to manage their usage based on what the total recharge capacity is? I mean,
Yeah, we've had other communities kind of put a limit on what they feel comfortable with having withdrawn from a certain aquifer. So it could be 60%. And then once you get to that, you're really going to start looking and making sure that it's not impacting the community or the aquifer, because you do have residential wells that are using these systems too. So you kind of can put a limit, or maybe pass an ordinance and say, hey, we're going to do this independent reviews when any of these facilities want to come into the county. You could have a water level monitoring system. So you either put in small diameter, 2-inch diameter monitoring wells around an area. I know other counties have had, when the industries come in, they part of their agreement is putting water monitoring wells on their property that the county can have access to and take those water level measurements, just to see the impact and how as they're pumping their wells, how it's impacting outside of their property lines.
okay. And so other counties have done ordinances then to kind of help steer that.
Yes, or at least that's built into
Their
agreements.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Sounds like you've got quite a bit of experience in Jasper County. You've done quite a bit of work here.
Yeah.
Or your company has.
Yes.
Through time. Would you have any knowledge on what our deepest wells are that are producing water still in Jasper County?
I mean, there's quite a bit of in the report. I have a list of all the high capacity wells, and those are the ones that are still operational because I used the data since 2024. So that's all that was available online. But there's still some that are producing 11, they're rated for 1,100 gallons a minute. I don't know if they're actually producing that. Most of them are irrigation wells.
Any idea of the depth?
Yes. My reports could be all messed up. Hopefully they're
That's
on
okay.
the back.
I know, we kind of knocked you off track a little bit.
Number to pages, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, the bedrock wells, those, we got 54, got a 300, a 650. So, I mean, those have a range. I know I said that usually the upper part is fractured the most, but I've had situations where we've drilled down to 400 and we're like, oh, we just haven't gotten it. And we've gone, maybe a couple 100 feet more and then we hit a big fracture. So, those are the things that, it's something that needs to be discussed while you're drilling.
I guess what I'm
So-
trying to debunk is that, growing up here as we all have, hear these stories about irrigation wells being drilled 1,000, 2,500 feet deep and drying everybody up, and they're 12-inch wells. And
Yeah, I mean, these,
I just don't know if that's true or not.
they're probably 10 to 12-inch diameter wells. That's typical of an irrigation bedrock well, especially if you want that high capacity, because you need to be able to put the correct pump size in there to actually get that much out.
Right.
But going down over 1,000 feet you shouldn't hopefully be affecting anybody, because there's no residential wells that are going to be going that deep, because most residential wells, even as you go down in the southern parts of the county, they're in that unconsolidated that I said doesn't produce for high capacity wells, but it's enough water for a residential property. There are concerns with dewatering residential wells, and there is a way through the state of Indiana, through the DNR. So if there is a high capacity well that affects a residential well, they have that residential well owner has recourse through the state to either get their well drilled deeper, lower their pump, to kind of evaluate it. And there are you can model and kind of have a zone of influence and see what, a 10-foot drawdown, 5-foot drawdown. So you kind of have an idea of who may be affected. Part of having a well, you're supposed to register it with the state of Indiana through the DNR. So you put the information on how deep your pump is set and things like that for the residential wells. So you can kind of have an idea if there's room to lower that pump or whatnot. But there are ways for residential wells to have that they're well rehabbed, basically.
And then you did mention, I think from our original discussion that, let's say we had something that we wanted in maybe the bedrock area. You're able to do is it a water model of a particular area?
Yes. That requires some field work where you do a pumping test. So usually 24 to 72 hour pumping test, and monitor nearby wells that are completed in the same aquifer. And then you can model that to figure out that drawdown influence. You can also do a big, huge groundwater model, which is a lot more intensive. It's a 2D and 3D model. But the kind of the drawdown influence, that would be kind of the first step of looking at it. But then you can do a more intensive model, and it's part of any public supply wells in the state of Indiana have to do a wellhead protection area. So that is a model that is like a 2D or 3D kind of intensive model. You try and match your model to the groundwater levels in the area, and then you put in your pumping wells and figure out their capture area. So it would be essentially that, where you have a groundwater model set up, and then if a industry wants to come in and put in a 2,000 gallon a minute wells, you can put that into your model and see how it influences the area.
So when our towns, Remington, Rensselaer, Demont, whatever, are putting in, looking for a well field and putting in one of their capacity wells for a water tower for the town, is that part of what they have to do? Something like that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If they, they probably already have it set up and they probably already have their models completed. And then if they put in a new well, we have to look at your the pumping rates and whatnot and whether or not it needs to have be redelineated. But the model, they should have a model set
Okay.
up. Whether or not it's some, this law was put in back in the late 1990s. So some of the models are a little, there's been a lot of technology changes. So the models have been upgraded and whatnot. So it's just being able to open those models. But yes, they should have them.
So as you look at our report overall, just in your opinion, are there any concerns, thoughts, directions that we should take as far as further study, or how do you feel that we're set up for water in the county?
I feel like you have a good amount of water that is there. It's just kind of utilizing that or understanding where it is. I don't know if you need any further modeling, but it might be something where you could have these industries or maybe focus in. I would say if you wanted to model something, model the Kankakee Aquifer system. Just because it varies, and there's a lot of usage just during the summertime, but then after that, there's not a lot. So you have to kind of balance it. So I would say maybe do something there where you're maybe model it a little, and see if any of these industries, if they're putting in wells, they can share their data or whatnot, and we can make a model or create a model for the northern part of the county. As for the bedrock, and as you move further to the south, I think that's more of a case by case basis in an area of where you need to focus. But essentially, any of these towns or cities, they've done that. So it's just getting access and maybe trying to make a bigger model all together type thing. But there's a lot involved in that, and there's a lot of, it's not just this is more of a desktop study and just looking at what's available out there and kind of taking our knowledge that we have for the county and creating this report. The next steps would be a lot of field collection of data before we move forward.
Okay. Craig or Ryan, any thoughts, questions?
No, when I got that report, I got pretty geeked out. It's pretty cool information when you see things like that. So
Yes,
very
thank
much.
you.
Craig, any thoughts?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank
your detailed report, which we will do what we have to do to make it available for folks. And then I guess we'll keep you on speed dial if we have any need for future modeling. So, all right, thank you. Okay, Wheatfield Volunteer Fire Department. Mark Ratliff.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Did you guys get that packet?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, my name's Mark Ratliff. I'm the chief of the Wheatfield Fire Department. I'd like to thank your guys' support over the last several months of talking back and forth. Like to thanks for the new extrication equipment. We have received about 99% of it. We're still waiting for some, but they are on the trucks and ready to be used. I'm here today for additional requests for funding needs for our community for the next coming years, not just for the next 5 years, but for the next 30 years. I presented here today stuff that's needed items right now for all the projects that we're going to be seeing up there in Wheatfield. The first one is 15 of self-contained breathing apparatuses. The ones that we have now are towards their life expectancy, and the business is no longer in business. We've had to send some out for repairs, and they cannot repair them. So we're slowly losing masks and air bottles, tanks. So I'd like to get funding for 15 new air packs, which contains 30 bottles and custom fit 20 masks for each firefighter. Now we share them. So when we get back, we got to make sure everything's cleaned, sanitized, because we don't know who's going to put them on next. The price for that, you're looking at about $194,040.
So up until this point, Mark, what's been your strategy of either maintaining your equipment or changing it out as things expire? What have you guys been doing up to this point?
The last set that we had before we got these was from a grant.
Okay.
And then when we got these roughly, I think it was 8 or 9 years ago, all the townships got together and bought 15. So each township has 5. And
So
then-
you've been looking at grant funding or fundraisers or stuff like that. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. The next one is I have 5 sets of pants and coats for the firefighters that expires in the next year. So I'd like to ask for funding for that, and that'll get us back in the NFPA standards. We just purchased all new helmets last year and all new boots, so we're good there. So this is just jacket and coats, and that cost will be $20,550. And they are good for 10 years. Or if they get damaged beyond repair.
Okay.
And then next item up, so we can stay in communications with all the departments in Jasper County and the surrounding counties. We are short some radios, the 800 megahertz radios, which is what we're transferring to over. I'm looking for 7 what they call a dual band, which would be 800 and our paging frequency. And that's just for officers. So we can talk if we do get a mass disaster like the tornadoes, and we can talk to all the other surrounding departments. The dual bands for 7 of them is $32,333. And the 10 single band, which would be just for the firefighters, is $23,736.50.
And what's your current radio inventory that you have, or how are you guys getting by right now?
Right now, like I say, I'm about 6 or 8 short for the firefighters. All officers have the single band.
Okay.
Most of them is programmed, but we got to always change the channels back and forth to different zones for different counties. And then all of our trucks, I would like to have at least 1 or 2 portables in there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, the total on them would be $56,069.50. And then the next item up is new fire nozzles. In the frontline firefighters that actually go into the residents or businesses. What we have now, some of them is 25 to 30 years old. If we have any propane leaks, natural gas leaks, they're supposed to spin that in. A lot of ours are locked up. A few years ago, we did purchase some with the funds that we had, and we could only get 90 gallons a minute. The ones we'd like to upgrade is up to 200 gallons a minute, so we can get a lot more water on fires. So we can put these on all of our frontline engines. So that would be roughly $17,775, and that would be for 15 of them.
Okay.
And next item up, would be a rapid response truck or mini pumper. This truck would be an apparatus which allow optimum versatility for the fire department, for the upcoming traffic construction. A lot of these roads are way off the beaten path now, these houses. We had one the other day, we couldn't even get our trucks up in there. We had to take a actual tanker because the trees were so low. It would have a large amount of water through the pump. This would be what we call a rapid response. It'd have all extrication equipment, as well as gas monitors, the SCBAs for the firefighters, EMS assists, so we can get there in a timely fashion. The one that we have looked at is a spec truck that the company built. It is a 2024. They use it as a demo. And that one, they're looking at 419,000. And there's another company that has pretty much the same truck, and that's 495,000. And we could have that truck literally in service in 30 days. Just talking to other firefighters that data centers are being built, car volume is going to go up. And we want something that we can get there, we can get on site, that's 4-wheel drive. So just in case we do have to.
How much water does that one carry?
This one would be 300 gallons. So that'd be enough to get there, start the job until another unit.
So if you, yeah,
It's
if you started using your 200 gallon a minute hose on that thing.
Yeah, we can dial it back.
Yeah,
The nozzle.
I'm just saying you'd be there for a quick shot. And then I assume you can connect directly to another tanker. Is that how you keep?
Yep. We could do hydrants, tankers.
Okay.
The pump actually on it's going to be a 750 gallon per minute pump.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is similar to, larger than, but similar to a brush buggy with the water capacities and
Yes.
makeup.
Yeah. It has a water capacity like a brush truck.
Mm-hmm.
It has the pumping capacity of our actual first line engine.
Okay.
Okay, and then the next thing is a chief or / command vehicle. The one we currently have is a 2007 Ford Explorer. It is kept at my residence, so I can respond directly as we are dispatched. Over the last decade, SIF has saved time and money. Since I'm quicker to the scene, I can give updates, what we need, what resources we need, in county, out of county. I use that as my radio command. I have the 800 radio, Keener's radio. I can talk to Porter County in it. During the tornadoes, I literally was hardly out of that vehicle, trying to get with the Red Cross, Karen, dispatch. So we're looking to upgrade our 2007. It does save time and money and wear and tear on all of our vehicles. And I do have one story I would like to share about this command vehicle. I know Jasper County, I believe only me and Rensselaer is the only one that actually takes home the vehicle. 3 years ago, we had an incident. A lady went down cardiac arrest, Sandy Pines Golf Course. I'm about 3 miles away. Officers were there at the wedding. My response time was 2.5 minutes from my house. Grabbed my AED, put it on her, had to shock her 3 times. We did bring her back. And one of I get emotional, just bear with me. One of my firefighters, a year later, seen her She's seen the shirts that we wear that says VFD on the back. She went up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, says, "Are you from Wheatfield?" She's like, "Yes." She goes, "You guys saved my life." And she goes, "Well, I didn't do it. I wasn't on that scene." So she goes, "Well, who do I need to talk to?" They say, "You need to talk to the chief." He goes, "You might be getting hard to get a hold of." I battled cancer at the time, me personally. She wrote on a napkin at Firehouse Subs a note to me. Thank it, the fire department, sending prayers to me. She was a 4-time cancer survivor, and she folded up $100 bill and put in that napkin.
Oh.
To give me gas money to go back and forth to Chicago.
Wow.
That was the first call this 2007 Ford Explorer went on, and it saved a life. She was a chaplain for the oncology department at Michigan City, and she literally called me almost every week and prayed over me.
That's awesome.
So the command vehicle is very important to us so we can save more lives. They are about 6 months out and fully loaded. You're looking at about 127,000. And that would be a 4-wheel drive pickup, Chevy Silverado, 2500, with a cap on the back to keep all the carcinogens in the back so they're not in the cab with me. And then,
So it'd be I know Kenny Hahn has a Ford, but it'd be a similar pickup to what he's got
Yes.
set up like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Which he zipped around me Saturday because you guys had a fire up there. Somebody did right off of,
we had a fire at 231
yeah,
during Hale's funeral.
yeah.
Actually, one of the a firefighter from a different county that worked up at the Amazon building actually called it in. And I was able to get the proper tankers. Had Rensselaer with a tanker.
Yep.
So close to vehicles.
Yeah.
And that's a good example what a command will do. I know we had a fire down here on 550 North a few weeks ago. It was about the size of this table. So I could disregard everybody.
Yeah.
I put it out with the extinguishers I have on the truck.
Yeah.
And then the last one, which I know this is still in talks. Our ladder truck, the insurance would not insure it no more. So we ended up selling it outright. With NIPSCO, Gypsum, all the schools, the data center they're planning on building would be a Quint, which is just basically a 75 to 100 foot ladder. To get up on the buildings and just in case we get a big fire, even, down this way, we could use it. The closest one to us right now would be either Rensselaer or Couch. So you're looking 30 minutes if we do need one.
Sure.
We have looked at 2. One's a Rosenbauer 78-foot ladder. It wouldn't be available till I think it's September of next year. And that comes in at, you might say 1.4 million. We got another quote from Fire Services. It's a 100-foot ladder. We're still looking about 18 months to 2 years out. And that one comes in at 1.4. So it would benefit us on all the.
So
buildings down that way.
So a couple questions obviously would be, kind of give us some priority guidance because we're gonna have to phase some of this stuff
Right.
in, as you know. And then my question is, I guess, once we spend this economic impact money, it's spent, right? So what's going to be your plan as you get, which we need to get you upgraded. I totally support that. But what's going to be the plan then to help to start planning and saving for replacing stuff a decade down the line? Because we probably won't have this chunk of cash like we have now for then, and we don't want to get you in see you get, fall into a situation kind of where where you're outdated or obsolete and then you're in a bad spot again.
Right.
So,
I know that the plant, most of the townships own all the newer trucks right now. The firemen, we have all the older stuff. So, we'd have to talk to the townships and, and us. But usually the life expectancy of a truck, you're looking about 20 to 30 years. So between the last two that we have purchased, we've had grants. The newest one that we got a $500,000 grant. That's how we replaced that. So just on down the line when something needs replaced, we're going to start applying grants like every 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, well, I would say that's probably one of the things as Ryan has really, helped to establish our communication with you guys locally. That's probably a topic that we need to right out of the gate start talking about. What's the strategy, the investment, the saving strategy to help start planning for this equipment that involves the townships and everybody involved. So when 10 or 15 years down the line comes, you've got a couple $1 million ready to pull the trigger on this stuff. So it's probably obvious, but I'll still have you kind of lay it out for me because, we're working out the appropriation with the council. What would be, do you have them listed kind of in your order of priority or what?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the Quint, which is the last one I just read.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably 2 or 3 years down the road once they get everything established.
And we have some other subsequent agreements that we're going to be working on that we can, I know we've talked about potentially seeing about getting funding through some of those agreements to help specifically for that piece of equipment. But this is really helpful to give us numbers to know what you need. But obviously the equipment for your firefighters, I would say is obviously paramount for sure. And the PPE, the radios is huge. If it takes a little bit of time on your command vehicle, I mean, are you able to function with what you got for a while or how are you there with that? But
yeah, it should be good for,
I mean, as long as you know that
it's starting to rust out pretty good though.
Okay. But I'm just saying, as long as you know it's in the pipeline, it's part of the strategy to get you taken care of. So talk to me about the other big ticket item. I know you'd like the, this mini pumper. How critical, I mean, I know it's all, I'm not gonna say how critical, everything's critical or wouldn't be on the list, but how could you, what kind of timeline could you live with as far as getting that one? I mean, is that something you're talking next year? I mean,
well, once all the projects start rolling at NIPSCO, I would like to have one by then. Just so if there's anything off the roads that we need a quick response, this would be the ideal.
And is this piece of equipment you can get a little quicker than the other ones? Am I seeing that?
Yes. Okay. This one they said we can have within about 30 days.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thoughts, commissioners?
Mark, it's my understanding that there's, I don't know where they come from, but there's grants out there for these SCBAs that they'll stand those. I guess looking at to Reem's point, we have this pool of money now, and when it's gone, right? Would that be something you would look into to get the SCBAs through that grant and free up $200,000 to be spent somewhere else?
Actually, I have a meeting tomorrow night with a gentleman, and he's going to start getting me some paperwork on the SCBAs.
Okay, good.
Because, I mean, we still have about 4 years left before they expire.
Okay.
But what scares me is, we're already like 2 or 3 masks short because they can't repair them. The fire we had the other day, the guy went to put them on, and the fitting actually just right in the truck unscrewed from the tank, which was a recall, and it's still doing it.
How many firemen do you have currently?
Right now we have 20 that's pretty active, and then we have about 5 reserves. And they are the ones that usually runs the tanks, right? The tankers and the pumpers and
Sure.
And obviously you don't want people having the faulty equipment. Would it be beneficial at all if we like cut that one in half and got you something to get some and then do a grant for some of the others as opposed to all, or do you have to go apply for a grant for everything?
I think you pretty much you got to apply a grant for all of it. Just on the safety side of it, these are totally different than what we have now. So the guys will be knowing what.
From my understanding, it sounds like these are, because they are safety equipment, right? And they are critical to have. This grant application process is pretty quick. If you prove the need and see the need.
Yeah, like say, I'll find more of that out tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah, this all just came out Saturday about this.
Nice. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Okay.
At a fire that we was at.
Yeah. All right. So Ryan, we are going to have another conversation with these guys, right?
Yes, we are supposed to.
Next.
We were supposed to have it last week, but due to Fair Week, I had actually pulled the pin on not getting that done just because it was a
No,
stacked week anyway.
that's
So
totally fine.
there should be something planned coming up here within the August month.
Okay. So find out what you're going to find out. We'll have a chance to get you what you need as far as the timeline and how we should roll this out. And we can have a chance to talk to the council and then we can make that a point of our conversation, I think, to figure out what's the best way to deploy what your needs are.
Okay.
But I mean, you're going to get you the stuff. It's just the timing of when you get it. Did you guys did you want to do that or did you want to have them go to the council for some of this specifically today?
I think there's an opportunity to get something done today.
Okay.
We've not asked anybody to approach a grant in the most recent month at a meeting, so I will say that.
Yeah.
I understand that that's a valuable opportunity, and I think they know full as well as we do that when the money's out, we're out, and we've got to have a long-standing funding mechanism for them to figure this out. But
yeah,
I think me personally to ask them for a grant submittal for something that we've not asked anybody else of is
no, that's fine.
is a little
No, it's
off kilter.
sure. It was just brainstorming.
No, I understand. It's just my.
I just want this to stretch.
Yeah.
As far as
trying to make it go as far as I
right?
can.
I don't disagree with that.
Yes.
That's my side.
Yeah. Well, what would you like to recommend that we go ahead and approve today, Ryan? Just so we're following through with
No,
the immediate need.
I think there's opportunity to look at the gear, the 20,550.
Okay.
The radios through the sheriff's department already been purchased? I know we allocated the money. Is there something that we can get an opportunity for another group discount or looking at it from that perspective? So do those conjoin with one another? Just asking that question. They've already been ordered. Okay.
What's the time frame on getting the gear once you order it?
About 6 months.
Really?
Well, yeah, I don't want.
Yeah, it seems to make sense that we get that taken
Yeah.
care of then.
Yeah. So the 194,040.
No, the 20,550.
Oh, the 20,550.
Sheriff, what did they give you a lead time on your radios for delivery?
I think we're gonna be a couple more months out. We'll get the radio.
Well, I'm with you. There's always a huge lag time on getting stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Absolutely.
Let's go for it.
so the 56.
Yep.
Okay. And the fire nozzles, seems like that's kind of a big deal. That's 17.
I think that's a fair one to look at.
What's that?
I think that's fair to look at.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that a good start, Mark? And then we can discuss this in a meeting
Mhm.
coming up. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, so are you suggesting, what about the SCBA, the 194?
If you guys are adamant on seeking, but I just say if we can get half of them, I'd be in favor of getting half of them.
I'd like to wait and see what you find out with your meeting you got coming up. I mean, that's kind of what it's circled
Mhm.
around, right? At least see what comes of that.
Okay. Okay. All right, so that'll get you started on some of the critical stuff. And then obviously, we'll figure out what's the best timeline for your, mini pumper and your command vehicle. And then the aerial obviously is going to be at the forefront of our discussion as we talk about our other needs.
Correct.
So.
Yep.
Okay. Any other thoughts, Ryan or Craig? Okay.
Not at this point. So we're looking for a motion for
Mhm.
the appropriation.
Yes.
What'd that final number come out to? Right?
94,394.50.
Yes.
Okay.
94, say again. Craig?
$94,394.50.
Okay.
That's adding the three that we talked about, the 56,690.50, 17,775, and 20,550.
Okay. And then we'll look to get what he finds out on the SCBA.
Mhm.
If that's seems viable and accessible, we'll encourage you to go for it. If not, then we'll obviously, I think that's probably the next critical one.
Understood.
And then look at the those other two vehicles then as we get a chance to see where things are settling out here.
Okay.
Does that seem
Mhm.
acceptable to you? Okay, I mean, we really appreciate all you're doing, taking time to get this to us. And I guess that's the other thing is start brainstorming with your trustees and so forth, and let's see if we can figure out what our banking plan is, so that way we can extend this and not get to a point where we had a huge dip, find ourselves in a tough spot. But man, you've been managing and doing quite well with the little that you've had. So
Appreciate it.
really appreciate you being a good steward of that, and all your, 20 guys and with 5 reserves, that's also a healthy staff fire department.
Yeah, we
So,
got 2 going through the academy right now.
okay, that's
Good.
awesome. I know there's a lot of pride in that, and I know I've learned a lot about it as you've been part of our fire service study and what that may look like in the future. And so, yeah. Thanks,
All right.
Mark.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank
And then we'll look to have Ryan and we'll get us a
Get
date.
another one together.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. All right, so on that topic, then we need to keep in mind then these 3 other big ticket items.
Point, we did not make a motion. We did not approve that.
Okay, did you make the motion?
I make a motion to approve the 94,000.
394.50.
Yes.
Okay,
Support?
supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, next up, Wheatfield Ambulance, Dave Dutling.
Thank you very much for taking the time to hear me this morning. From the last meeting back in July, on the purchase of an additional ambulance, you told me to go back home, sharpen the pencil, talk with the dealer, see where we can get it worked out. The original quote I came to you guys with last month was 401,000, and that was for a new spec model that was going to be delivered in 28 or 29. He was able to pull some strings and has a demo model frame that can hit the production line in January. And this would be on a 2027 or 2028 chassis. We were able to get the price dropped down significantly on that. We're also able to make some modifications with the cot system and going with some equipment we currently have and doing a refurbished job on it rather than buying new cots and power loaders as well. My new cost coming in today is about 315,000, and this would be ready second quarter of next year. And this will be a complete match and replica of our two other current trucks we have. So it'd be the same body, same chassis. It'll be different compartment organizations because I'm coming with the stock model rather than a custom one. But it will keep all the employees driving the same type of vehicles, not jumping from a Ford to a Chevy and back and forth. So this is what I have for you and asking for your permission to go ahead and do a purchase.
So did you mention that you're able to have the striker units repaired or serviced or what?
Yes, the ambulance we will be getting rid of has a Stryker power cot and power loader unit in it. It's just shy of $5,000 for them to come out, service it, do a warranty inspection on everything, and transfer all of that from the truck we're getting rid of into the new truck. So that was a big cost savings there as well. When we started talking about the resale value of the old truck, he goes, it's not going to make a hill beats difference if it has the power loader in it or not. You'll never get that dollar figure back out of it. He said, you're better off to go this way and try to just do some repair and warranty work, especially with having 3 trucks, and this is going to go to the backup truck. The call volume and patient use in that truck to start with on the cot unit will not be significant like a lot of municipalities run and everything else. So we should be able to get a lot of time stretched out of it yet.
Just from a cost saving standpoint, what's the new Stryker unit and power loader?
About 70,000.
So substantial.
That's significant.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were to pull the trigger on this, Dave, would they lock in the price on the chassis? I see you have it marked as a variable because the no longer the normal delivery. If you were to make a deposit on it, would they guarantee that price?
They said the price would not go up from what he quoted me. There is an opportunity for it to go down.
I like that. That's good. That's the first time we've heard that. So
Yep.
great.
That usually does not happen that way.
No, it does not.
That was one of the areas we were able to tighten up the budget a little bit, was getting some of that built-in fluff out of the bid of what anticipated versus what he was able to find as a more firm price.
Okay.
Well, nice job saving some money here. Really appreciate you doing the further research, getting it figured out. Any of you gentlemen have any other questions?
No, sir, not at this time.
If not, would one of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve for him to proceed?
I'd move to approve the purchase of this ambulance. I think it's this is a little bit less than what we spent in Jasper County a year ago. So
Yes.
I do appreciate the hard work and trying to find the best deal and make your money stretch as far as possible. So I'd move to approve.
I'll support.
Craig makes a motion. Ryan supports. Any further discussion? Not all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. Sign that.
Fair accident.
So I tried to defend my office.
And he was right.
Yep. I didn't testify to witness, but I saw the video.
All you can do is try, Dave. All you can do is try.
Can you make sure that they get a copy of this then? Okay. And then just it'll get submitted through and then go to the council for appropriation. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Stephanie Johnson, Jasper County Historical Society.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, my.
So yeah, I don't really need to say much more, do I?
Picture's worth 1,000 words. You just saved yourself 15 minutes.
Apparently foot traffic at the fair was heavy.
No, we decided to have the building closed after we got those photos. So I'm here on behalf of the Jasper County Historical Society. And we actually have 3 requests. So our first request is for our standard support of $13,000 that we talked about last month. And we put together a presentation about the Pioneer Village and the work that needs to be done out there. So I thought I'd start just with a little bit of our history. Ryan had asked, just how much money have you guys spent over the last 50 years? We don't have exact numbers, but the museum that we're in, we've been fundraising to maintain that facility for 44 years. It's an 1880s church. We started out in the small section of the top floor of the Carnegie Library, so we have steadily grown in our impact on the community. The Pioneer Village history, those structures are actually owned by the county, which is why we stand before you today. The village has been managed and curated by the Historic Society with all of our volunteers since the first building was placed in 1967. We have fundraised and coordinated the relocation of those buildings. And with the exception of some bicentennial funds that were used back in the day, we've been able to finance whatever we needed to have done. Currently, that has changed as we need repairs beyond what a bake sale will help us with. We're going to start out with the Rosebud School. We had a study done. It was moved here by the Bicentennial Committee in 1977. So we've actually been fundraising for 50 years on that building for all of the paint, patching, boards, continual repairs. The most recent roof was put on in 2008. The study that we had done by a preservation architect, we anticipated the problem being in the roof rafters. We have found the problems that the floor joists are actually broken in a few places, which are the photos I just shared with you. So for as much as we can tell right now, it looks like about 5 locations that we need to get wood under the building and sister those beams with some good, strong, perhaps oak. We're fortunate that they are oak beams now, so we can lift the building under those areas and sister those areas for repairs. I'm learning a lot about restoring old buildings as I'm talking to all of our contractors. So for the Rosebud School, we're looking at fortifying the floor joist, stabilizing the building. One of the contractors has suggested adding circulating fans under the building because it is cinder block or cement block. There is no power to that building as we are a pioneer village. So I have reached out to an electrician to see what it would take to actually get power to that building. The contractor that works at the fairgrounds doing their electrical. The bell tower cupola is in need of some repair. It's holding water that is affecting the ceiling below it. We did have one of the boards on our stair landing area broke during the fair. So it's kind of wedged up a little bit. So we're really not going to be able to use that building until these repairs are made. And that's why we had the building closed at the fair, because we were becoming aware of these issues and we just didn't want to take any chances. So the number that I put on here just for the floor joists and the cupola for Rosebud School, our first estimate has been approximately $15,000. I don't have an exact line by line yet, but I asked him if he could give us his best guess, just so I had something for you to have some context, and that's the number I have. We do need to replace the sills, frames, and shutters. Some of the sills are rotting and the water's actually going between the outside and interior walls. when it rains, and then the front steps. Questions on Rosebud before I move on to the log cabin? Okay. The log cabin was donated in 1967. So for 59 years, we have fundraised to build the fireplace, the concrete floor, replace logs a couple different times. We've replaced the chinking a few times throughout the years. Last roof was put on in 2001, and we've been oiling and sealing that building to preserve as much of it as we can. In 2018, we milled and replaced 8 logs, and we tore out all of the chinking in the building because there's a new material that actually has vinyl in it, and it expands and contracts as those logs shrink and enlarge. Because even though they've been there in that building for all these years, they are still breathing. So we currently need new funding on the log cabin for a roof tear off and install new period appropriate split shake roof and gables. And again, our estimate without having detail yet is going to be roughly $20,000. We also need to have the grading and edge removed and replaced with rock around that building. And we want to go out far enough so that the mower doesn't get near the building at all. And I'm getting estimates for all of those things. Questions on the log cabin before we move on? Okay. Par Post Office. Except for painting the back door, we're good. Short story on that. It was completely refurbished in 2022 by one of the families that had donated it to us. So we did, by we, I mean Judy Caney sitting behind me, did some fundraising for that, and then the family provided the rest of the funds. The next one is our little outhouse from 1933. The Custa family donated that in 2013. So we've just been doing a little bit of repairs here and there. It needs a new corrugated roof, which we have already sourced from somebody's back 40, which will work out just fine. And we have some volunteers ready to do that job. Any questions on the actual buildings? The blacksmith shop is also out there, owned by the county, but the Retired Iron Club completely maintains and takes care of that and fundraises for that on their own. So with all of that being said, aside from our line item of how you support our museum and society, we're also requesting a coordination fee during this heavy construction. We will continue to manage the repairs, maintain, curate, preserve the Pioneer Village that hopefully now better than we have since 1967. The annual coordination fee will be used for maintenance, repairs, improvements such as painting, patching, anything we can do with volunteers or light construction. We'll continue to provide condition reports and updates, interact with the county fair board, contractor meetings, invoice management with county, and volunteer coordination. So we're requesting $15,000 a year, and just know that that will also cover small projects so that we don't have to come to you and say, we need $500 for paint. You know, we will be keeping that money, and we've decided in a separate account so we can track it. And if you guys would ever want any kind of activity report, we would have that available. So it would be our time and all the coordinating, and that includes funds for light maintenance.
So for next year's budget, then we need to look at 28,000 for the Historical Society.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need 15,000 yet this year, if possible, to fix the floor joists.
Yes, yes. And the contractors that I have talked to, I'll have 3 estimates available for each of these line items. Of course, they would prefer, as long as they're on site and they have their crews, they can get all the materials. They would prefer to do this all at once rather than come back and come back and come back. It's more efficient use of their time as well. So, if possible, doing the rosebud joists and the cabin roof, at the same time would be beneficial for the contractors to be more efficient as well. But we will leave that decision in your capable hands.
Need 35 for that. Yeah.
And we don't know what the electrical cost is going to be on Rosebud or the stairs and landing.
Right.
No
right.
estimate on that at this
Yeah.
point.
And we've also talked about putting rock around that building too, since there's no gutters. The water's just coming straight down and impacting that soil underneath the building. We've talked about putting a vapor barrier down. We're going to open up the back, the blocks in the back of the building to make an access so a human being can actually get down there and work. And we can get the materials down there that they'll need. So once they're down there, we've talked about putting down a vapor barrier. One of the contractors is suggesting putting electrostatic fans to keep the air circulating down there. And that would be what the electrical would be for, just be a 20 amp service.
Well, we have to set our budget later today for next year, so we got that number. We'll have to see where we've got some funding for those needs. But if we're gonna do it, we need to do it. Correct.
Okay, any further questions for me?
Thank you for putting
Yeah.
this together.
Okay.
It's very good. Thank you.
I plan on coming to the county council meeting at the end of the month, and I should have all of these numbers, but at least you have some idea of what to expect.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Main Street Rensselaer Committee has gazebo grant request.
Morning, gentlemen. I'm here representing Main Street Rensselaer today. We're asking approval to use the courthouse grounds on September 26th for our annual Oktoberfest. With the city now having the DORA, we will no longer require that snow fence that we typically put up on the courthouse lawn. So there will no more stakes going in the ground. So request for approval, 9/26. Basically, it's an all-day type of thing.
Okay. Any questions for Stace? If not, one of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve this request?
I'll make a motion to approve the courthouse square for Oktoberfest.
Okay, Ryan makes the motion. Do we have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Well, I got you here.
Yeah.
Christmas, the lights. How the electrical lights coming as far as around the courthouse? Because we talked about in the past, we really need to get those on some type of on-off timer or something to be able to shut those, lights that are just around the sidewalk off during that time.
There is one there. There has been one there. It just wasn't functioning correctly last year when I checked with Kevin Moore about it, and he got it fixed to my knowledge.
Okay. So just so you guys know, great job on the courthouse, the power washing. It looks fantastic. And those lights are going to show up great now. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Did you get it all the other technical?
That's what we have the stuff back. We had to get it shipped off the company. The computers came back. So they said it's all fixed now. So we're going to test it here pretty soon. So make sure it does before it gets time. So
Okay.
I'll be back to you guys later with that.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Dave.
you.
And then we have
Bonnie.
Hmm. Well,
We're going in order. That one's after Bonnie.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Bonnie is here. Trustee Bonnie Badine is here. So, hello. Thank you, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
I'm just here to introduce Brandon Trigg from Kimley Horn. He's going to explain our comprehensive plan that you're requesting for Kankakee Township Park, and then I have a few other things when he's done.
Thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, Brandon Trigg with Kimley Horn, here on behalf of Kankakee Township trustees, looking at a master plan for Kankakee Township Park up on State Road 10. Essentially, we got together mid-July, talked with Kirpsey as well. They were in the conversation and just tried to figure out how to augment what Kirpsey's doing for their plan with some of the needs that the parks have. For example, studying some of the playgrounds, looking at loop trails, a dog park, maybe disc golf, a lot of things being looked into at the moment. Basketball courts, pickleball, maybe even looking at Little League needs as well. So there's a lot of kind of parts and pieces that need to go into the plan. And that's essentially what this request is for, is to study that in concert with everything that Kirpsey is doing with their public outreach plan as well. So we'll be helping them in that, and then also working with the parks and the trustees to understand what everybody wants to have on that park property. And there's a lot of needs, and there's a lot of park properties. So there's a lot of things to kind of figure out. So that's essentially what the request is today. At the end of that, too, just to add to that, we'll have an overall master plan that everybody will have, agreed upon, and then start to look at that in phases, and then start to look at some of the high level cost estimates for those phases as well. Happy to answer any questions about that.
So the amount requested today is 37,500. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct. That's for Kimley Horn to get your plan put in motion. Okay. Get it designed. Okay. Brandon and Kimley Horn were also part of the downtown revitalization plan in Rensselaer. So they have experience up here.
Highly reputable.
Yeah. Well, and he's from here too. Actually.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's true.
that works out good. Any questions or thoughts, commissioners?
I think we kind of encouraged Kankakee Township to get this together, and
Mhm.
so we all had a plan to look
Right.
at and try to figure out a path forward. So
Thank you very much for doing that.
I would support this
Okay. Is that a motion?
and make a motion to support the payment to get Kimberly Horn started on the comprehensive plan.
Okay. Motion's been made by Craig. Do we have a second?
Support.
Supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right. That is approved. Look forward to seeing what ideas come forth here.
Yep. Thank you much.
And I just have a couple other, our bathroom is supposed to be delivered tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be
Yeehaw.
set in place, but
Yeah.
we did get approved on the septic, but we also had to send more paperwork, I guess, downstate, drawings of maps. So we're still waiting on that before we can actually send bids out for that. And then I did give you a copy of the cost of a well that we would like to have help with, if possible. That's through Sheehy Weld and Pump Company. We've tried to contact others. We just can't find anyone else that will even has time or will even talk to us right now. And then also the pirate ship from the Owen Foundation will be delivered next week on August the 10th. They're going to set that out there. So
Cool. Well, good.
that's another project that we hope to work with them to get it finished for the playground. But we're just asking for the $6,790 for the Sheehy well.
Turns out we have water up there, Ryan.
There's a little bit of water up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has, you have all the descriptions of what we're looking at.
Okay. straightforward. One of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve if this is acceptable to you?
Make a motion to approve the will. $6,790.59.
Okay, Ryan makes the motion. Do we have a second?
Support?
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Not all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right. I'll do. Well, we signed, where's the Kimley Horn one?
Over there. Kimley Horn over there.
The well one, just so I can send it back to them.
Or do we can just sign a second copy? You guys can do that.
And you guys will get the well permit from Jordan, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the statement here. Customer's file.
Sign one.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan here in the health department.
Jordan
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll get you set up there. Then he has record of the two.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be.
And then give that one to
Yep.
Bonnie. Make two of them and then that way there's. Give that one to Cynthia and then you can give the other one to Bonnie as well.
How did the septic conversation go, Bonnie?
We can start septic, we're just waiting. We have to put in the mounds.
Seriously.
So SEH is gonna turn that stuff in to the state again. You drew a map of what they wanted to see, how it was gonna be designed. Now we're back to waiting on that.
You guys have the funding for that?
We're probably gonna, that's what I asked for last time, but we don't have any bids yet till we get that back from the state to even give it.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Thanks, Bonnie. Now the second courthouse request.
Okay. Tom and Casey Zellers, are they here by chance?
He was told when it was and that it was available.
Okay.
Looks like he is online.
Hello. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time today. I am a local filmmaker based out of Kokomo, Indiana. And we are currently doing a location scout and we liked the overall appearance of the courthouse and we're just requesting permission to film a short little maybe 2-3 minute horror film that would take place within the courthouse and the exterior of the courthouse. Really only just that first floor foyer area and just the immediate grounds, stairs, and maybe some of the grassy patches.
Have you done this at other locations, other courthouses or anything like this?
No, this is actually going to be my first time actually directing and producing a film for myself. I am an actor. I have been in several other productions. I recently was in a project called She's on the Run by Dylan Query of Query Productions. And that was shot downtown Petersburg all the way down in southern Indiana. And there we were filming in a courthouse. So I am at least familiar with being on the grounds of a courthouse for a film and protecting it and preserving it.
Do you have any budget for us to hire personnel, courthouse security and others to be on site? Because we can't just let
Anybody.
the courthouse be open with no supervision.
Do you have an estimate as to the cost of that?
I don't, because we've never had a request like this before.
Understandable.
What's that?
I just said that's understandable.
Brandon or
No, chief and sheriff left.
We used the.
I appreciate, artistic endeavors and making films and stuff. My gut feeling says I just don't feel like it's a compatible request for our facility on that day.
$2 an hour, but I don't know what overtime is the.
Yeah, I was just going off the traffic rate. I mean, we're looking at $2,500 if it's a Saturday would be security.
So you could probably figure anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000 probably to cover our cost.
Okay.
For something like this, but even on the first floor, we have, I know we'd have doors locked and stuff, but we still have sensitive information there.
Artifacts.
Yeah. Any questions, commissioners, or thoughts, comments you'd like to make here for Mr. Zellers?
I'd be open to them using the grounds outside of the courthouse if that's what he chose to do, but I'm like you, I don't think it fits inside of our courthouse.
I'm pretty hesitant to, I mean, our courthouse is pretty special to us as far as being a historical building in Jasper County.
We just spent $500,000 getting it cleaned up and tidied up and so forth. So obviously we care deeply for the facility.
Of course. But I wouldn't be objective to utilizing the outside exterior for shots if that was needed.
Mm-hmm.
Still there?
Yes, still here.
Eric Beaver's online. It has to be unmuted.
Yeah, Eric, Attorney Beaver, what are your thoughts?
I think that there's a difference between the interior and exterior of the building. The form that's been submitted was designed for demonstrations and also festivals and whatnot. And I legally see no problem with the concept of a filmmaker using the courthouse grounds to make a film, and I think that the commissioners are asking good questions in terms of with the inside of the building security. I think liability insurance would also be something that we would need to see that there is a proof of liability insurance, and that would also name Jasper County as an additional insurance, and then also that there would be adequate security and more than just what has been put in. But I think that the legal vehicle would be a limited license for the use of real estate, but I think it's up to the commissioners as to how they would want to handle the request.
Yeah, and even with airsoft, what's the way of making sure that nobody wonders in the way it gets hit in the eye with not wearing eye protection, or something gets broke. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, none of those weapons would actually ever be loaded. They would just be more for just the appeal, and anything added to them, like muzzle flash or even the slide moving back. That would all be done in post production.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Eric, Attorney Beaver, summarize, if we allowed them to use the exterior, summarize what we would require.
I think it's adequate liability insurance, and one that would name the county as an additional insured on their policy. And states could probably give us the a number as to the dollar amount for the liability policy. That would be number one, and then also a plan for security, just in terms of A, protecting the building and the grounds, and B, ensuring that there's no overflow, and there's probably going to be onlookers who may gather to observe. And I think that the city should be brought in just to be made aware, and the applicant would be in touch with them to make sure that they have a plan with them in terms of any sort of crowd control. The time I note is the use of the grounds is from 8 to midnight, which would not interfere with any county operations. And I think that's helpful. And I think that we probably end up with a limited license for use of the property with those terms in there. That would be a few pages long.
Okay, I guess Mr. Zellers is you would need to get and provide proof of insurance per Attorney Beaver's recommendation there. And then would also need to cover then, I guess, per Attorney Beaver's recommendation that we would also have, you would have some budget for security for the grounds. So I guess you would need to send us an email with what your possible answer to that is. And
Okay.
then this could be something that we could take up next month, I guess.
Yeah, we could answer this. If we got you an answer by our September meeting, is that not enough time?
No, that would be plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
So you can send an email to our administrative assistant out of the auditor's office, Cynthia Slaughter, and then she can forward it to us and we'll forward it to legal and our insurance and get their recommendation, see what this would be. So this will essentially be tabled until the September meeting. Yeah. Yep. Any other comments from you, sir?
No, thank you.
All right, thanks. Send that back.
I did not have that on my bingo card this year.
No,
That's cool.
did
though.
not.
That's
Okay.
flattering to pick their courthouse.
I mean, right?
You know?
I mean,
That
it
is
is,
compliment.
no, it is cool looking, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'd have to, I just have a little bit of time to think about that. And then there's always
What if?
the extra requirements to go along with something like
Yeah.
that, as opposed to finding an old industrial site or something like that. But even so, I'll tell you a place that'd be a great filming
There was
is
one that too. You just didn't say
over
it.
at Reynolds there, that the old,
Oh, I was thinking closer to this location.
St. Joe?
Yep.
no, I was thinking that old factory there north of Reynolds, that
Oh, the old
Fragmentation.
whatever.
fragmentation.
Yeah, yeah.
The
That thing looked
Yeah.
like a zombie apocalypse outside. At least it did last time I saw it. So. All right. Next up, we have information about the AWS improvement location permit.
All right. Good morning, commissioners. Thanks for the time. We've got a pretty good team behind us in the back corner, just in case there are any questions that come up that I don't cover. But my name is Ian Deneen. I'm the civil engineer of record on the project. So I'm going to go through a couple of general site items, kind of summarize what's going on, and then go through a couple of key point areas, and then hand it off to some other subject matter experts on a couple other points. Kind of run through, just give a broad summary, and then we're happy to answer any questions after that as well. General site. Total of 13 data center buildings with 3 ancillary buildings on approximately 318 acres. Of that, 173 acres of area is being disturbed as part of the project. The mass grading ILP was approved previously, so that work is currently undergoing now for the stormwater management and the earthwork on site. Specifically on this site, the renderings on the side here kind of help illustrate what the plan looks like, but the closest data center building to a public road is 175 feet setback, which is above the 80-foot required setback for the site. Around the edges, we'll have a lot of landscaping, which I'll touch on briefly, but then the stormwater basins are also helping provide that setback. Main entrance for the site will be a secured entrance. The entire property will be secured, but the main entrance will be at the northwest corner off of County Road 1450, with also a secondary access point for uses if that main entrance is shut down for some reason, down towards the southeast corner off of County Road 300, and then emergency access points off that County Road 300 and off of 1350 on the south side of the site. Lighting, the site will utilize dark sky light fixtures to make sure the light's pointing down. That'll be surrounding the site. The full photometric plan was provided to the county and their consultants for review for the foot candles, make sure that no light's leaving the property. The only exception to that is on the security poles that surround the perimeter. Those are intruder detection systems, so the lights would stay off unless something is detected they'll turn on, make sure that it's seen on camera, and then they turn back off. So they will be off barring anything running around. Not going to say that it's people, but could be anything that moves, deer, squirrels, who knows. But otherwise, there's no lighting along the external of the site. Stormwater management wise, this site's utilizing shallow detention basins. That we did that to kind of minimize the amount of stormwater piping on site. The largest pipes we have are around our 12-inch RCP, which is about as small as they get, which is good. We have some additional piping proposed as part of it, just to remove water from the truck dock area, get that to our detention basins and away from the property, but really maintaining a minimum. Like everything is sheet flowing, coming off the roof, sheet flowing into those basins, which there are 20 of, with about 36 acres of stormwater basin area. So covering about 20% of the developed area of the 173 acres. All those ponds will be seeded with a prairie nursery mix to allow like the longer grasses to grow, give it a nice texture, and basically make it look like more like a native area rather than just it's not just turf grass that's mowed and maintained. It's meant to be more natural looking and natural, filtering for the water that goes into it. Second part of the project is just northeast of the site, kind of the darker green area on our layout on the right here. Calling it the compensatory storage area. This area has been farmed, but originally was part of the floodplain of the Kankakee River. Still technically is. So what we're planning to do as part of the project is add cuts to that area for helping with earthwork on our sites to reduce trucks hauling in any material from off-site, but also to create a riparian habitat in that area that combines with additional compensatory storage for the Kankakee River Basin to create kind of a native wetland kind of environment. That riparian habitat is not mitigation for any impacts we're doing on-site. We're just helping recreate the existing floodplain to help when the Kankakee does rise a little bit and flow with the rain we've definitely seen this year. It's more natural rather than just barren farmland that's not farmed anymore. The long-term thought there is that this becomes a public kind of area with a trail network through it, small parking lot on the side, so that the public can access an area that's more naturalized to the Kankakee River. Provides kind of like a park and an area, quaint area next to the campus. Another topic that came up through conversations is regarding the Pembina gas line that's being relocated as part of this. Through conversations with them, this is about a 2-month construction for them to relocate the pipeline that kind of goes through the middle of the southeast side of the site to around along the county roads. It's about a 2-month timeline for them to construct that. This is a transmission pipeline, not a local distribution pipeline. So it does not service the local area. It is not anticipated to have any impacts outside its construction limits. And the way they build this is they'll build their open trench, install the new pipe, get close to the connections, make those connections, shut off the gas for that, and then it flows through. They inspect it, and they'll decommission the existing line, and either remove it, or abandon. Typically, it's abandoned in place. So services will not really be paused during that construction. There may be a brief period where that transmission line does shut off, so then to make that connection, allow the gas to flow through the new one, but it's very brief. It's not the full 2-month process. Landscaping and screening wise for the campus, we have a few renderings around and on the ground that we can show, but we're really focused on perimeter landscaping to help provide the screening, maintain some of the native plantings on the south side of the site with the forest at the southeast corner, as well as kind of in the middle of the southern boundary of the site, and then enhance that with native cultivar, native trees, native shrubs, native brush, native grasses to help support that biodiversity in the areas around the basins as well as on the perimeter of the site. The long-term plan for that is that as those grow out, that grows as the trees grow out, that builds more habitat, builds more screening, and kind of filters on itself. But it's meant to be natural, so we don't have to water it every year. It handles the natural environment. It's all native plantings. In terms of actual tree counts, we're adding requirements in the landscape ordinance for the county is 321, and we're providing 554 on the current plan set. So really building up beyond the standard there. Impervious surface wise, just to touch on that, the maximum lot coverage provided in I2 is 85%. And in the industrial zoning, excuse me, is 85%. Our proposed lot coverage from an impervious standpoint is 76.3%, staying underneath that threshold. And the main area of green space we wanted to touch on is the 50-foot landscape buffer that runs along the south side of the property along 1350 to help provide that, again, screening from the properties to the south. Couple of topics we wanted to touch on. I'm going to hand it over to some of the subject matter experts. Are first acoustics, second the groundwater drawdown, just discussion on that, and then we have a representative for traffic as well. So I'm going to hand it off to our acoustics part.
Good morning. My name is Cassie Stepani. I represent WSP and our involvement.
Go ahead and pull the mic a little or stand a little. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
There we go. So the noise analysis that we were done. I'll mention that Jasper County doesn't have a numerical limit on noise stipulated in the regulations, but AWS strives to design all of their facilities to a federal guidance that looks at health and welfare of surrounding communities and is often lower than what we see in a lot of local regulations. In our analysis, we modeled all of the noise producing equipment on the site out to the property lines. And those results showed that the majority of those, all of those were below 50 decibels. And to give a little context to that, 40 to 50 decibels is kind of standard for rural suburban streets. If you're just normal ongoings, and if a car were to pass by, that would probably increase to 60 or 70 decibels. So at all of these receivers, we were modeling below 50. Part of the noise analysis included noise levels for operations that had daytime generator testing and assumed 100% operational load during peak summertime conditions. And that assumption actually gives a bit of a safety factor design margin because it's a little bit of a worst case operations, hot seasons. And we would actually anticipate that during most operations, it would be a little bit lower than that for noise levels. Some of the mitigation measures that are in the design to keep these noise levels down were strategic placement of buildings to block some of those noise sources. We did sound attenuation on any intakes of the buildings, sound mitigation inside, so some softer materials inside to help reduce reflections and keep more of that noise in rather than going out. The generators are all packaged in a sound enclosure that has a silencer on the exhaust as well, a piece that comes out that's not within the enclosure, and then low noise equipment throughout the campus. That's my quick portion of that.
Are there any issues of any kind of sound propagation, through the soil? Like I live next to the fairgrounds, and when there's a party going on, boom, 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 I hear the propagation through the ground more than I do in the air. Is there any issues with that?
There should not be. The low noise was considered in our analysis, and it's not at a level that would then get into the ground and move out like kind of a subwoofer you would see with that.
I don't expect you got subwoofers going in there, but okay.
No, not that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds them.
That was just a question that comes up occasionally. Is there some sort of propagation? I just appreciate you answering that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, fellas?
Always come back if you come up with some before the end.
I'm Doug Hess. I'm with Terracon, and we did a dewatering analysis. I have a couple figures that hopefully we can show on the screen. We did a high-end three-dimensional groundwater flow model. It's a computer model that was developed and constructed as a tool to evaluate the potential for dewatering impacts during construction of the facility. And it's the same model that's used by the USGS and the US EPA when they do their environmental studies. So it's a well-respected model, kind of the standard in the industry. It's goes by the name of the ModFlow platform. That's the modeling code that's used. MODFLOW. And what we showed on the figure there that's posted on the screen now is the worst case impact predicted by the model. It shows a 3-foot drawdown contour in orange, and that's representing a line of equal water level drawdown during the construction activities. We also have a monitoring plan involving 12 perimeter monitoring wells. All of them are installed now except the last one that'll be installed, I believe, tomorrow. And from those 11 perimeter monitoring well, those 12 perimeter monitoring wells will be able to obtain daily water level data. And we'll use that data to do a weekly model validation to determine how effective the model is simulating the target heads or the actual observed water levels in the study area. And it will be used to determine the potential threat to any impacted, any residential well impacts. If there's impact detected, we'll implement a remedial measures, which will be modifying pumping or the areas to be dewatered.
So I do have a question on that.
Yes.
Are you talking about dewatering the entire area, or is it more segmented? Because that's the last we heard, it was going to be more segmented areas as you needed it.
Yes, correct. It'll be a segmented sequence of activities.
Okay.
The worst case scenario is what's shown on the slide.
Okay.
It shows there's limited offsite impact, and that takes me to the second figure, which indicates the seasonal fluctuation of the water levels in the area, showing a fluctuation there of about 4 feet seasonally. And it's based on water level data collected from adjacent wells or nearby wells at the NIPSCO facility, data collected between 2020 and 2025. So based on the simulated plan view contours that we showed on figure 1, the worst case impact on the residential wells is predicted to be less than 2 feet, which falls within the 4-foot seasonal fluctuation. Therefore, we don't expect any adverse impact on the residential wells. And that's essentially what I needed to talk about today. So thank you for affording me the opportunity.
Doug, before you step away, can you talk to the fact of how you're going, as you dewater, where's that water going to be released to? Where's it go to first? How does it get dispensed of?
Yeah, the water will be collected and sent to a treatment area at the NIPSCO facility and then discharged through their NPDES permitted outfall to the Kankakee River.
Through the existing 750 million gallon settling pond, correct?
Yes, correct. Right.
Any questions, Ryan or Craig?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. Mike Rhetoric with V3 Companies. I'm the traffic engineer for the project. And I'd like to just take a couple minutes to kind of walk through the traffic analysis efforts that we did for the project. As you know, NIPSCO has a few projects online as well. So we combined their project with the AWS project to provide one comprehensive study. So just to back up, NIPSCO has 3 projects currently out there planned: a gas peaker plant, substation, and a combined cycle gas turbine. So obviously AWS's project are the data centers. So early in the process, we had weekly meetings with NIPSCO, AWS, the contractors, just to get a general understanding as far as, the size, operations, what are some potential impacts with the project. Once that was established, we added NDOT and also the county's consultant to the meetings. And what we agreed on was we actually prepared two technical reports for the project. One is what we're calling an operational study, and then the other one is what the construction traffic study. So just to define what each one of those studies were, the operational traffic study analyzed the traffic at project build out of both the NIPSCO projects and AWS. Like everything's built and it's just your day-to-day operations. The second one was the construction study, which we analyzed traffic during the various stages of the construction. So I'll go over the operational traffic study. That's a little more straightforward, and then dive a little bit deeper into the construction study. So we worked with the county's consultant and NDOT to develop what we're calling a memo of understanding to kind of define the parameters of the study and the study area. And it was determined that the traffic would most impact a total of 10 intersections along State Road 49 and County Road 300 East. So there's about 3 intersections along 300 East and then about 7 along State Road 49, ranging from State Road 10 up to State Road 8. We collected traffic counts and video for a minimum of 15 hours at each of the intersections. And in some cases, we did collect 24 hours at some of the intersections just to get a general understanding of what the traffic is doing on a 24-hour basis. We then estimated traffic based off of national published materials that included AWS data centers. And in the traffic that was estimated by NIPSCO, we coordinated with the NIPSCO team for our analysis. We analyzed the traffic conditions for existing conditions just to set our baseline. Then in 2028, when NIPSCO's first project is scheduled to be completed, the build out year of the 2 other NIPSCO projects and the AWS data centers in 2030. And we also looked at a 20-year horizon in 2050. Some of the recommended improvements that were identified in that study were adding a southbound left turn lane at State Road 49 and County Road 1500 North. We're also working with NDOT on other mitigation improvements at that particular intersection. That's ongoing, but for the most part, we've identified the need for additional capacity at that intersection. And we have received concurrence of this study by both NDOT and the county's consultant. All right, next, the construction traffic study. Similar to the operational study, we worked with NDOT and the county's consultant to get a general understanding of potential concerns and also to develop our study area. Some of these concerns included already congested areas, what are potential truck routes, the school hours, bus schedules, and actually avoiding the county roads that would not support, regular day-to-day construction traffic, primarily truck traffic. And since this was more of a regional impact, not isolated when we compare it to the operational, we actually expanded our study area. We expanded our study area out to include a total of 21 intersections, which were included the 10 in our operational study. So our study area expanded to US 231 to the west, 421 to the east, State Road 8 to the north, and State Road 10 and County Road 900 to the south, 900 north to the south. Again, part of our weekly meetings with the general contractors and NIPSCO and also AWS is to get an understanding of where the workers are coming from, the shift schedules, site access points, where the delivery materials are coming from, and what are the parking needs going to be for the project and their and the workers. We developed some transportation demand management strategies that we can implement during construction. And just a few of those some of the major ones that came out as it relates to our analysis was that we recommended staggered shift times to correspond for the various trades. So that resulted in 2 hours ingress in the morning, and then based off of the shift schedules, it was actually a 4-hour egress in the afternoon. And the idea behind that was to spread out the amount of traffic in the area versus all the traffic coming in all at once, again, for both sites. So it was the idea to just spread the traffic out to kind of lessen the impact on the surrounding roads. The construction truck traffic would be managed by designated truck routes and also restricting trucks from the local streets. And that all trucks were to use state routes to enter and exit the site, and that all truck traffic would enter at State Road 49 and County Road 1500 North. We are encouraging the construction workers to carpool. No truck parking, standing or idling will be permitted on the public roadways. And we also recommended establishing the off-site parking areas. So based off of all those transportation demand strategies, we analyzed 3 phases of construction periods that we felt were at the peak times. The first one was site grading. That's going to peak around September of this year. Again, not as much as what, once the site starts going vertical and also NIPSCO's traffic starts picking up. October of 2027 is when the peak construction month for AWS, and in January 2029 is going to be the peak construction month for NIPSCO. So I do want to note that it's not just going to be all of a sudden, peak. It's good. There's going to be a ramp up period, then a peak period, and it's actually going to be ramping down. So that'll occur twice during the construction over the next few years. Other project information as it relates to traffic and what we included in our analysis was that all truck traffic, as I mentioned, would use State Road 49 and County Road 1500 North. NIPSCO will park all their employees on site. They're estimating approximately 1,000 spaces. NIPSCO's employees will also enter and exit at State Road 49 and County Road 1500 North. AWS will have approximately 100 parking spaces on site, and those employees will also utilize State Road 49 and County Road 1500 North, as well as all of their truck traffic. So to spread out the traffic between those developments, the remaining AWS employees will be encouraged to use US 41, 231, State Road 10, State Road 8, and basically to not use State Road 49, because as you know, I just mentioned there's going to be a lot of NIPSCO traffic and also a small amount of AWS traffic traveling on State Road 49. So we developed specific traffic route maps to the contractors. So they're going to share that information with their tradespeople and, for deliveries and also the day-to-day workers. So for each phase, we looked at, as I mentioned, the 2 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon, a total of 6 hours for 3 periods. So that was 18 different scenarios that we analyzed during the construction. On the maps over there to the left, during the peak AWS construction period, we anticipate delays at eight surrounding intersections. We've recommended temporary traffic signals at most of these intersections, and in some cases, additional lanes. Then for 2029, we anticipate the delays at 6 of those intersections. Traffic's a little bit lighter during those times. Again, those are highlighted on the map over there to the right. We are expecting the improvements that we implemented to handle the peak 2027 traffic will also accommodate the January 2029 traffic. So all these intersections actually involve a state route. So as I mentioned, we have regular conversations with NDOT. County's consultant is also part of those meetings, and we're mapping out the timing and the construction of these improvements. And the benefit of having these improvements online and functional, that'll allow the feasibility to extend or shorten the time period needed for these improvements. So we anticipate working with NDOT and the county throughout the construction timeline to mitigate any unforeseen traffic issues, and we'll certainly work with AWS, NIPSCO, and their general contractors to address any of the concerns that come up during construction. Thank you.
Any thoughts based on what you've heard? Phil, do you have any comments that you care to make on behalf of construction compliance?
Yes, we had completed the review and the four issues we had on our last comment letter included the final plat being finalized, the spill prevention, control, and I always forget the countermeasure. I always forget that last C. That countermeasure and then the facility response plan need to be in place. The legal drain vacation is coming up later today, and then the road use agreement were the four outstanding items that we had pointed out as of the end of last week.
Do you know where we stand on it?
We reviewed the plat, and I believe it's just working its way through signatures right now. Generally, the spill response plans and things like that, I've always seen them more as an occupancy permit measure that's needed. The SWIP covers those things for construction normally. The road use agreement, you're all aware of where that's at.
What was your point number 3 again?
The legal drain vacation.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're talking about that at the drainage board.
Okay.
I can provide just an update on the plat. We talked this morning. So it's in NIPSCO's hand right now. They're signing and notarizing it today. And it'll be in the county's hands at worst first thing tomorrow morning for signature on that side for recordation. So we should be getting close to the 1 yard line there.
Okay. So basically, typically, this is a decision the administrator can make as far as granting this improvement location permit. But based on the size and scope of this project, we wanted the commissioners to hear it and make the final determination so that way it doesn't just land on planning and development office. And before we decide whether we're going to do anything with it today or if we move it down a couple weeks, we would entertain any public comment that would basically be around and concerning this particular portion of the improvement location permit. This is not vertical construction. They're doing mass grading now, and this is essentially phase 2 of that, allowing for the some of the utility lines to be put in. One question I did have during this, as this continues, is this when the berm would be constructed at this time, or is that down the line?
It'll be constructed, during this phase of the construction.
So that's part of just mass grading, site preparation, not vertical construction would be the site berming and all that would start to form.
Yep. Part of phase 2 would be the final grading of the site so that vertical construction goes up the right areas. You'll start to see utilities go in, trench backfill, and then they'll put paving and everything on top. So the berm would go in during this phase.
During this phase. Okay. All right. Any questions or thoughts, fellas? We will entertain some public comment if anyone has any time they'd like to share any thoughts concerning this particular portion of the improvement location permit application. Do you want to come up and speak at the mic just so we can get your comments?
So they talked about using the state roads, but what county roads are they using? Or that's still not determined in the road use agreement?
Well, I believe from most of what they talked about, County Road 1500 is going to be for the majority of the truck traffic or all the truck traffic. And then is 300 where the remote parking is planned to be?
Correct. Yeah, so 1500, 180, and 1450 would be their traffic route.
So basically off of 49 onto 15.
and 300 east to 1350. Okay, then they'll be able to use 1350 from that intersection west on the south side of the project.
Okay.
The only access they would have on 300 east from 10 north would be a busing access or vehicles under 9,000 pounds, I think is the way the RUA is written.
There's supposed to be parking on 300 East.
There's hopefully going to be parking somewhere at 10 and 300 east to allow employees to park there, and then whatever sort of a vehicle get in it and be bussed up to the site.
Some
Okay.
form of a transit bus like you'd see at the
Yeah,
airports, things
no,
like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm all over. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Any other comments from anyone?
In the area.
We got to get you on record.
Yep.
Dave Whitaker, is there going to be a lot more police in that area? Because I live on.
Well, if you heard this morning, there's 100 and I got it written down.
67.
167 since July 1st incidents where they've stopped people already just from enforcement now.
1,300 and I've had 10,000 gallon gas trucks coming down the road already going back there.
So that's part of what, that's why Brandon Napier is going to have the flock camera thing, because we are going to utilize some cameras up there to assist in making sure traffic is maintained properly. Some of this economic impact money allowed us to give funding to the sheriff to hire 3 new officers. Additional resource for the town of Wheatfield marshal, and then extra funding for off-duty guys to run security and traffic after hours. So the answer to your question is yes.
Okay. And are they coming, maybe come down, they're going to be coming down 1350 then off of 49?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I get ready to say that's
It's closed. It's a one-way road.
We're-
So when you call that one or the Jasper County hotline number,
Yeah.
the guy that if he answers the phone or leaves a message and calls you back, sitting directly behind you,
Yeah.
and he will handle all those gas trucks going to the project on 1300. He is the site police, if you will. So yeah, there
There's
you
a
go.
copy if you'd like one.
Yeah.
Do you have
it?
you have that? Okay.
Yeah, so there's an email address, phone number on there, and I encourage everybody to do that. I mean, you're welcome to call any of us, I'm sure, but we're going to turn around and call Brandon,
Yeah.
right? Because Brandon's boots on the ground, right?
So thank you.
I will add to that. I talked to Prosecutor Tallman last week about the same subject matter, and he's seeing the influx of traffic tickets coming across his desk as well. So they are doing their diligence.
Okay. No other comments. Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank you for catching that. Mary Ann, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I have a few questions. It's based upon, well, one of it is the financial viability of AWS to continue to provide funds to Jasper County. So one of my questions was, well, I'm just looking at the big picture. I'm seeing flock cameras come in at the same time as we have a data center coming in. And so my concern is how much of the data center income is going to be based upon capturing surveillance data and selling of data.
So Mary Ann,
the data center.
we can entertain comment in general, but my question was, did you have any particular comments about this improvement location permit, which is just essentially continuing the earth moving and site preparation? I mean, we can talk about the larger comments and questions that you brought up, but do you have any particular comments regarding this aspect of the project?
Well, it was also brought up in the application concerning noise level and the water flow, right? Well, we talked about quantity. Is there any talk about quality of the water? And that's going to be re-entering into the Kankakee River. And also, now, if I had other questions related to the the water study, is that also going to be added as an extra public comment in this meeting?
Yeah, we can entertain just more generalized public comment here in just a bit. We were trying to focus on this particular aspect of the project. And then we'll decide if we're going to approve this today or if we're going to decide in a couple weeks. But based on what our construction compliance monitor recommended, I think we have much of the questions. I think we could answer the question because it was touched on about the quality of the water that gets released. You want to touch back on that real quick? One of the AWS guys will come because there's a process that has to be treated regarding the dewatering, and that's the water that would be released at this part of the project. And they're not going to dewater the entire parcel at the same time. They're just going to do it in segments as they need it per our request, because we really wanted to make sure we weren't even remotely adversely affecting neighboring wells, but they're going to monitor it anyway. You want to answer that question as far as the water? Is it after you collect it from dewatering, what's the process before it gets discharged?
Yeah, so it goes into the 750 million gallon holding pond. That pond is basically a settling pond for heavier materials that are within that, whether it's metals, anything like that. That's also connected to the generation facility,
which NIPSCO currently uses and has used for decades for their operation.
Correct. So that pond is monitored by NIPSCO as part of their NPDES permit before anything is discharged into.
And the permitting authority there is
IDEM.
IDEM. Okay. So Marianne, go ahead, Craig.
Did we not discuss that it actually goes into frac tanks first and then goes into the pond?
Yeah, I guess if you're going, it goes into holding tanks on the AWS site.
Correct.
Then it's released to the NIPSCO holding pond. Then is released to the Kankakee River step by step.
So there's a multi-step process before it gets re-released, and it's under a IDEM permit.
At the end of the day, before anything goes, when anything's discharged, IDEM is going to be the final source of approval.
Okay. All right. So how would I be able to access that information? Is that like an ongoing process, or is that going to be every 6 months? I mean, what's the timing on that? But that's monitored, because I haven't been keeping up on that, but I'm very interested in doing so from now on.
It'll probably be easier to get a hold of IDEM. They'll have those reports and they're publicized.
Okay.
So this is not an unusual process. It's part of standard operating procedure regarding water release from that facility.
Okay. All right. So nothing's really going to change as far as, because if they're adding, now is the water use really coming from the data center itself, or is it coming more from the energy generation that's being created?
The water we're talking about today is pumping out groundwater so that when they go vertical or when they're ready to start putting in foundations, they can pump down the groundwater, and they're putting in the infrastructure to be able to do that when the time comes. They're just doing mass grading, earth moving, and putting in some of this piping when that time comes. So that's not part of actual production. We're all talking about site preparation today.
Yeah. Well, because when you're looking at site preparation, you're looking at the whole thing. I mean, besides the construction part of it, I guess. But
part of the site preparation is, which he also talked about, is there are going to be the creation of those new wetland flood storage areas, which, as they borrow soil to be able to build the grade up on the site, then that's the side project, or the side benefit is these natural areas then that will be wetlands and be able to be accessed for trails and so forth down the line. So that's part of the process that's going on only at this particular point. We're not talking about a building permit. We're talking about just the improvement location permit, which is ground site preparation.
Okay. Well, because also, I mean, the flow of traffic was also discussed in it as well. So that's why
Yep,
Kind of
and
looking at
V3,
the whole
yep,
picture.
V3 just conducted that in-depth traffic study, which talked about, you know, what construction traffic is going to be like and what the new normal will be during operations. And they've worked really diligently with us under the oversight of BFNS, our construction compliance monitor, to perform these traffic studies to make sure that our desires that we use as few roads as possible, and then also stagger the shifts so that way you're not overloading. You know, they're going to be pressed as it is under pressure, but we're really working hard to make sure that this is manageable. And it's not like what happened before we knew what process like this was going to be when solar farms were being built. We didn't know what we didn't know. We have much better intel now, and we're working with all the parties involved to make sure that this traffic is managed and that we have law enforcement in place to make sure that it's followed. And we have enforcement in place to make sure that, as Chief Napier said, they made 167 stops just since July. So we're trying to set the tone early to make sure that if this project is going to happen, it needs to be done in an orderly fashion based on the desires of the commissioners in the county.
Thank you for your concerns, Mary Ann.
Yeah, we really appreciate
Okay,
it. And I'll be glad to open up for general public comment beyond this, but we'd like to make a decision on this for today. And if you stay online, we'll make it back open again here on just general topic, if that's okay with you.
okay, well, all right, I have more questions, yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else on Zoom? Okay, all right. Okay, fellas, based on what we've talked about, Mary, do you have any comments or thoughts from your perspective as far as the office goes?
Really, the only thing I really like to see is the flat recorded so that we can get this down to one article
Right.
to be able to move forward, but everything else they've complied with.
But based on what they shared, you should have that tomorrow. Is that correct? Okay, fellas, what are your thoughts on this? I'm okay if, I mean, we don't necessarily like to do conditional or contingent motions, but we could move, or one of you could move to approve pending the arrival of that plat tomorrow. And if we don't get it, then we can continue the meeting in 2 weeks.
Would it just be easier to continue the meeting in 2 weeks to the 17th, and then we know we got it? So everything going forward will be on one plat.
That's true.
So screw anybody up when we're looking at the 17th. I don't know what everybody's schedule's like. I know we've done very good. I feel it not conditionally approving stuff, and I don't want to start now
I have DGLF at 9 o'clock on the budget.
on the 17th.
Well, Diana,
Continue.
I know, but yeah.
Well, I'm just saying Cynthia or Ashley can be here if you have to do that.
But they have to do budget too.
Oh,
So anyway.
okay.
How long would that meeting take, Diane?
It's on the phone, so maybe an hour. If it's like last year or less. I can see if I can move it, but I don't know.
And could Ashley be here to take the minutes for if we continue it, that's all it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
We can't adjust the agenda or anything else. We'll just be
We could start at 8:30 that morning and.
It's up to them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than being contingent, it just makes more sense to make sure
we've
started the process with making sure every checkbox is
We're
marked.
talking the 16th? Is that our day?
I had
17th.
17th,
Yeah.
Monday.
Oh,
Yep.
You still in July?
Wrong year.
That would help too.
No wonder. All right.
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is that a motion?
I make a motion to continue this subject till the 17th.
Okay,
I'll support.
all right. Motion's been made by Craig and supported by Ryan to continue our meeting on the 17th regarding this topic. We'll finish this meeting out. We're not actually continuing at this moment, but that will be our plan. We'll make that motion and vote on it at the end of this meeting.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. Okay.
All those in favor?
Well, we'll wait and vote on it at the end of the meeting because we're still in this meeting, so we need to finish. Is there any other business? I do have one. Attorney Beaver put together the cost sharing agreement, very similar to what we did with NIPSCO on the peaker plant. This would be concerning Genco and the CCGT. It would I'll provide funds for financial analysis and share the cost of what it's going to take to get that taken care of, and also any legal fees incurred regarding that potential project. And I think we need to have that information in hand to make it a good decision with the council, decide, pending how we want to handle this project. So Eric has put together this agreement for us, and either one of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve for us to get it sent over to them so we can start this process.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay.
Support.
Ryan makes the motion. Craig supports. Any further discussion? Being done, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. This will get forwarded. I see a few folks from NIPSCO here. Any comments you care to make, Rick or Karen?
Morning, Commissioners. Just very brief. Rick Kalinsky, Director of Economic Development, Public Affairs. No, nothing formal to state, but appreciate that action and look forward to working with you on professional services to move that forward and best meet the spirit of the county and with NIPSCO. Also, as the petition today on the ILP, we are fully in support, as a property owner, working with the petitioner here to move forward. So appreciate all the due diligence and the good meeting that took place today. So that's it for me, but thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ring,
Yes,
let's do 5 right-of-way permits.
sounds good.
Okay, they're both.
Okay, all right. Eric, anything you need to weigh in on?
Oh, I'll just add, I have not gotten this over to NIPSCO yet, but it is based on what was drafted and approved 2 years ago for the natural gas peaker project, but I've improved the language so that it's a little easier to understand. So
Okay.
I can get that over after that.
Yeah, get that over to them. We're good on our side. So, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Eric, can you
Go ahead.
get that to Diana too and Cynthia, please?
Yes. So I have the Word version. Obviously, I don't have what's being executed, but I will get the Word version circulated.
Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jack.
Okay, 5 very basic right-of-way permits, which is good. One is NIPSCO just needs to replace 8 poles around the 900 North area. And we encourage pole work because nothing goes in the ground. We don't even charge for that, but they always like us to have a signed permit. And the other 4 are with Cable Vision Light Path. And they've been doing the reed work on the north end of the county, the 1700 area, and 4 additional permits for work in the north end, 1500 north, 1700 north, more on 1700 north, and more on 1700 north. All basic reed type right away permitting in the NIPSCO. I think we should approve them.
Okay. Based on County Engineer Jack Haberlin's recommendation, would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to authorize Jack to sign those permits on behalf of the county?
Jack, quick question for that Cable Vision. That would probably be in conjunction to the markings I saw on the road up there the last couple weeks. Okay.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on Jack's recommendation, I'll make a motion to approve.
Ryan's made the motion. Do we have a
Support.
second? Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Jack, any other issues on behalf of Ed? I know Ed's out busy. They're paving like crazy. Anything that we need to know?
They're chip sealing.
Chip sealing? Okay. Look for the signs. Says
Everybody's famous time, favorite time.
fresh oil. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't go too fast on it. Any other business from anyone else? Vince, anything from you? Brandon, let's hear it. Let's hear
I'll
it.
keep it quick. I can go take about a report if you don't mind handing out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, please. No,
Love
you're welcome anytime here, pal. I couldn't see you hiding behind the podium though.
That's
Okay.
Oh, that's
All right.
fine.
He just
Thank
picked
you.
a good place to hide.
Yeah, no major issues. It summarizes everything. Happy to answer any questions otherwise.
Have you been receiving any calls from any concerned?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
The
All right.
hotline is working.
Hotline is definitely working.
Hotline's working. Okay. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you.
Really quick, Brandon, on that subject, when people are contacting you, what are some things that would really help your case if it's a truck disregarding a road use, things like that? Photographic evidence.
Trucks, especially if you can get it, whether it's the license plate, really actually the company name or a tag on the side of the truck is usually the best way to go. Can work with a license plate, but that'd be ideal.
Very good.
Bill of lading,
What's that?
bill of lading.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Any other business? Phil, thank you.
Just want to let the commissioners and the public know that we had the 2 pop-up events at the fair.
Oh, yes.
On Friday, we spoke to 43 people on Sunday, we spoke to 43. On Friday, we spoke to 71.
Okay.
So well, I'll find out how many have taken the online poll, but I posted the flyer in a stand over by the agendas. If anyone wants to take that poll, there's a QR code you can scan with your phone, and it takes 5 minutes to take the survey and give us some feedback about traffic conditions in the county, and we'd appreciate that.
Please do. Yes. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yep. That's part of our SS4A traffic study and so forth that we've been doing in the county. So.
That thing that we hold with ourselves, do we put that like on the Jasper County website or?
If we get one.
Yeah, if you can email, how long do you want to keep the survey open?
At least 60 days.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Responses, but I can definitely.
yeah, send the JPEG of the QR code or whatever to Cynthia, and we'll get it up there. Sounds good. What's that? Judy? You've been waiting patiently.
Hi. Judy Keeney from the Jasper County Historical Society, and we wanted to invite you, dear commissioners, to an event on the 21st of August. You're invited to the dedication of the Charles A. Halleck Historical Marker on Friday, August 21st, 2026 at 2 p.m. on the southwest corner of Halleck and Ninth Streets in DeMont. We'd love to see you there. We've sent out postcards to a lot of people, but I wanted to deliver these personally because we will have a historic marker for Charlie dedicated on that date.
Oh, awesome. 2 p.m. August 21st. Is that what you said?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Not very formal.
Well, delivered in person makes it
Absolutely.
perfect. Thank you, Judy.
I'm a cheerleader for Charlie, and I hope that we do have, and we'll have school children there. It'll be a short program and good memories of Halleck. I hope a few of you remember Charlie Halleck, and that's what we'd like people to do.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else as far as business goes? Okay, if not, we have had a long meeting, but we will open up for any public comment. I don't want to stop anybody from having that opportunity. If care to share, whether that's online, if Mary Ann's still on, or if there's somebody here.
Oh, we got a lady getting up. She's leaving.
Is she? Sure. Okay. All right. Very good. Timer. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi. Oh, thank you so much. This is Marianne. Oh, am I interrupting someone else?
No, you're on, and we're gonna try to hold it here. What, 3 minutes? Is that our time? Okay, so go ahead and continue your comments, Marianne. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I had questions about the water study, and I had questions about quality versus quantity on that as well. Because I know there was somebody who made a comment who lived in Wheatfield who said that they had to redig their well, and their new well water quality was not what it was before they had to redig the well in their first well. So I'm just wondering about quality versus quantity. And also, as far as the aquifer being refilled, is that coming from, like, I know there's residential use and it's not really counted in, but the residential use of wastewater, does that filter down and refill the aquifer as well? Because I wonder, like, well, because I use a well and I also have a septic, and I'm curious about how that drains down and I'm hoping that it's filtering through all the clay and the sand and presenting clean water down into the aquifer, like through
So
it.
Marianne, that's a question you could probably give our county sanitarian a call, Jordan Chops, because he's the one who has all the details, the parameters, the specifications for wells and septics in the county. But to your point, yes, all of that water does filter down through. That's why the parameters and the details are set so that you can't just put it in a field tile or whatever. It has to be, in a properly designed septic field. In fact, Bonnie just said from the Kankakee Township Park, they're making them put in a mound system. And typically you would just normally would have had a leach bed, but for whatever reason, the state mandated that. So, and I'm pretty sure, Jordan, didn't he say that basically residential and commercial requirements are the same now, aren't they? As far as, I think everyone's on the same playing field as far as, the requirements and the statute that governs septic field. They've definitely tightened that up a little bit. So I would say our water study doesn't necessarily talk about quality of water, because that can vary depending on where your depth of water goes. But it does talk about quantity, to your point.
Okay, all right. And also, I had the question about the AWS and I'm going to voice my concerns about the flock cameras at the meeting on September 2nd.
Second, yes, 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, because also I think I probably have to get the federal government involved in order to make sure that they're not using, that AWS is not using any Chinese tech or anything, and also with the flock cameras that it's not Chinese tech or anything in it.
Yeah. Well, there will be good information on that, and your timer did go off, so we're going to make it available if there's any other final comments. Otherwise, we're going to continue our meeting until the 17th, and then we will recess briefly and have the drainage board meeting following. Was there anybody else online, Ashley? Okay. Marianne, thank you again for your comments. Really appreciate it. Anyone else for any final public comment today? If not, then would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to continue this meeting, August 17th, 8:30 a.m.
Make the motion to continue until August 17th.
Okay, Ryan makes the motion, supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
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 Drainage board to follow shortly. Thank you all for your patience and your endurance.